Minecraft, but I put him in the group chat. He's gonna think they're talking about like a nether portal the same way you talk about like a hammer or something like that, you know, or like an airplane or something. They're gonna think it's real. These people, especially the dumber they are. Wait, yo, these people, especially the dumber they are, they make that stuff in their head, especially women and stuff. They make up all that stuff in their head. Like, you know how women compliment each other and it's total bullshit? But you know how women compliment each other and it's total bullshit?
I've asked over
so pretty. Oh my god! Oh, you're fat, but you're so pretty. You know, whatever.
Mark.
An example of it being a social construct is when Italian people and
it's
Irish
not mental
people
illness.
weren't white.
Italian people
weren't considered white.
Accountability. They don't have
considered white.
So, how old are you?
That's why it's a social construct.
I'm
people
over
were
18.
considered white.
Okay, sorry.
Right, Maddie. Don't be scared. Stay with the race.
Why are you chimping out?
Stay with the race thing. Don't be scared. Race is a social construct because the definitions of which belongs to which race changes over time, right, Maddie?
So society agrees. Okay, hold on.
Maddie,
I'm gonna mute you. Let me finish.
Do it. Misha's scared.
No, because you don't let me finish. Let me finish. Keep interrupting. Okay. I don't mute unless I have to because you're interrupting.
Go.
So if society agrees that's okay, so like if society says it's okay to grab a 9-year-old, would you accept that?
Morally, no.
But if society's accepted it, so you have to accept it by definition.
No.
So then why do we have to accept it's saying it's okay to be trans?
Well, here's a question for
now you're going to trans.
Here's a better question for wait. Here's a better question for OT. Here's one question for you, OT, really quick. If a woman has sex with a black man, isn't she black after that?
What does sex have to do with it?
No, I'm saying, would you agree that a woman becomes black after she has sex with a black man?
No.
Why not?
Why? No, you have to prove why that is the case.
Well, I mean, according to society, she would be black after that, right?
According to society, who
they said once you go black, you don't come back. That's the general consensus in society.
That's not what it means. Like, you dumb fuck.
What do you mean?
Don't call people names.
Once you go black, you fuck black people forever.
Right. So why don't you just say that?
Her black.
So
that doesn't make her black.
Why not?
So what is the difference? I got it. So why is it okay for me to wear women face but not black face?
Maddie, don't sidetrack from race.
Why can't I wear women face but not black face?
Do you agree that definitions of race have changed throughout history?
Yes, because society has to accept those.
Yes,
white and black doesn't exist.
So we have to accept
that. White and black doesn't exist.
Jess, he just contradicted himself. You know what he said? He said if society accepts it, you have to accept it. And he also said that if a society accepted where it's okay to grip a 9-year-old, he would not accept it. So he just contradicted himself.
Here's the better question. Here's a better question. What is a society?
Hypothetical.
OT.
But you would have to accept it.
But OT, what is it? What is a society?
That's hypothetical.
Wait, what is? Wait,
that's not what's happening now, right?
But in China, we accepted it.
Like, what does that have to? What does that have to do with race? What does that have to do with race being social construct?
OT, what is the?
No, you have to prove that race is biological.
OT, let's just talk.
Well, let's prove
that race is biological.
I'm trying to prove your point, OT. Here's the point. What is your definition of society, and what is your definition of accept?
What do you mean society and accept?
What's your definition of society? You said if society agrees with it. So what's your definition of society?
Society, like, is just the people living with it, and like they're like
yeah, but obviously people don't all agree. So it's like
also, like, I'll give you an example of like social constructs that have, like, money and stuff.
No, but democratically,
we imbue value on money, right? To have goods. We imbue money on. No. We imbue value to our legal.
There's a difference. A contract
has value. Because
that's not a choice, though.
Because you signing it, people say, okay,
that's not a choice, though. That's not a choice. People don't have a choice.
That's not a choice. Society chooses that.
You don't. No, they don't. Do you have a choice to not use money tomorrow? No, you don't.
Yeah, you can. You can move to a different society that doesn't have it.
Name one person in the world who can get by without money right now, please. I'm happy to hear.
No,
one person who can survive without money.
That's not the argument. The argument is not like if you can survive without money. The argument is
okay. Well, name one person that can
in a socially constructed thing.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying who is society, and what does it mean to accept it?
Yeah, like that's what it means to accept it. Like I gave you like a direct example of that.
No, but you said stick with you said stick with race. Race. How do you have to accept it for the race? Stick with race. How is it socially enforced that I have to accept the definition of black or white?
Yeah, because it's being accepted
by who?
It's being accepted through societal norms.
By a bunch of white people. So we have to follow what Whitey says now.
No. What?
You're getting
the line of questioning. Get to your point. What's your point? Get to the point.
Black people didn't come up with the concept of black and white, did they?
No.
Okay, so why are you accepting Whitey's terms?
Because it's just like in the society that I live in, it's a Western society.
So that's just how we.
But I'm educated enough to know that these are just social.
Who educated you? The white man. The white man educated you.
Hey Josh, guess what? You want to know something? A factual.
See, you're just insulting me right now instead of proving that it's a biological construct.
I'm not insulting you. I'm stating a fact.
Can you prove that it's a biological construct?
I don't even believe in white or black.
USV. I'm going to give you what the point is. He disagreed.
That means you agree with me, right?
OT, you disagreed, and I'm going to ask you this: did you know that in Japan, the age of consent is 13? So society in Japan has accepted that it's okay to do that with a 13-year-old. So do you have to accept that, OT, because they're allowed to do that because society's already accepted it?
Their society accepted that, not my society.
But so if you're in Japan, do you accept it?
No.
So you don't accept it. So why do we have to accept it?
No, because I have my own individual values.
So
here's the thing. Here's the thing. No. If you live there,
you're a 19-year-old.
If you live there, wait. Here's the difference.
You can think you're the smartest person in the world.
I got you.
Even if society
you
thinks you're
just
dumb,
filibuster
right?
every time. We're not on the Senate floor, dude. Okay, chill out. Calm down. So look, here's the problem with that. If you go and live in Japan and you see somebody follow the rules of Japan and you want to interfere, you cannot, because you have to abide by their rules, right? So you do accept it.
Is the rule that I have to marry 13-year-olds?
No, but you have to accept it.
Yeah, accept it for you
just wouldn't accept it.
It means I won't be arresting people.
So OT, okay. Genetically, by science, when are people sexually matured? What age are they sexually matured?
See, going to sexual
maturity. Answer the question.
We're talking about race.
Answer the question.
No. You
answer
like
the question.
No. Answer the question. How is race biological construct? How is race biological construct?
So why do we have?
You can't stay on topic because you're scared.
Why do we have to accept? But why do we have to accept black and white as a race then? OT.
Because it's a social construct. That's my whole point.
But it's not real. It's just made up.
It's proving my point for me.
So it's okay if I wear blackface?
My point.
So it's okay if I wear blackface?
No.
But
because society says it's dumb. Society says it's racist, right? So does society think
who's society?
Is racist?
Wait, who is society?
Does society as a whole think blackface is racist?
There's people who would disagree with you, obviously.
But how is women's face okay?
Majority of society agrees that blackface is racist.
Great. Hold on. This is it. So majority, you're saying a majority. So if 51% of any society says it's okay,
the Earth is round, right? The Earth is not flat.
Sorry, Josh.
But wait, stick to race. Stick to race. Let's stick to race.
Dumb people.
So you admit that 1,000 years ago there was no such thing as white or black, right?
1,000 years ago?
Yeah, there's no such thing as the race of white or black, right?
No, because it's a social construct.
Okay. So in 1,000 years ago, it might be green and purple, and that's fine for
green
you.
and purple.
Isn't the same thing for dinosaurs? Can I call dinosaurs dragons? Can I call dinosaurs dragons?
I still don't get how this makes it a biological.
Can I call dinosaurs dragons?
Can you explain how it's a biological construct? Can you explain how it's a biological construct?
Can I call dinosaurs dragons? Because dinosaurs the name wasn't invented and described to them until 1871. So before that, can I still call them dragons?
Maddie, this is you're still not getting the point, you dumb fuck.
Can I still call them dragons?
No, you're still not getting the point that society has to agree on.
Call them dragons? Yes
the academic term for that has changed, just like how the rest of science has changed.
But no one,
society evolves over time, and also we accept different things.
Well, what are the scientists?
We've accepted calling a phone, right?
What are the
We've
scientists?
Accepted calling a phone a phone.
What's the
100 years in the future? It could be just called a fucking dingle.
What's the
Right.
but what's the scientific term in Wakanda?
Bro's just trolling right now. Is that all you got right now? Just run out of ammo?
Because you're just making
Wakanda.
because okay, you're saying everything's a social construct. So like,
No,
why
I'm
can't I
not
just
saying
make up my
everything
own
is social.
terms?
I'm saying race is a social construct.
Okay, so what? Who cares? So what? Okay.
So what? Because John thinks it's not a social construct.
Okay, so I reject that I'm white, but you would call me white. So but you're saying, well, 51% of people in any given moment might agree with you. So therefore,
So wait,
I have to accept that I'm white.
OT, you just admitted to it. OT, you just
admitted to
wait
what?
a minute. So 13% of the population in the U.S. do 60% of the murders because I can identify as black. Does that make me be able to add to their total toll?
Add to their total toll
of murders by race?
What's your argument? Get to the part of your argument.
Here's what he's saying. Let me translate for you. If 13% of the population is doing 50% of the violent crime, should we just do gun control for that 13%, or should we do it for everybody?
We should do it for everyone.
Why is that? How's that fair?
Because that's how law works. That's how law works. You don't just be okay. Like for example, like
that's not how law works before the Civil Rights Act.
The majority of pedophiles and mass shooters are white.
But what if they identify as black? What if they identify as black?
Pedophiles or pedophilia.
What if they identify as black? If they identify as black,
if the biggest child trafficking ring, Epstein and all these people, is like majority white people, does that make every white person bad?
OT. No. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. If I'm a white person, okay, OT, and I grape a child,
and I want to get it back.
Me finish, please.
I want to get it back because you still run from it.
OT,
how is race a biological construct?
OT, let me finish,
how
please.
How is race a biological construct?
Let me finish,
you still
please.
Can't answer that.
I am answering. Let me finish,
you
please.
Can. You're just gonna say, why can I identify as a woman?
No, I'm not. No, that's not what I'm saying.
You've made 5 claims like that.
Can you please let me finish without interrupting? Thank you. Okay. So one thing I'm going to say to you, OT, is if you think it is a social construct, and if I do a crime under as a white person, but I identify as black, should that crime be charged as a black person?
You're still making the same mistake.
Should that be
society treats you as a white person?
Yes, but they accept me as
brown.
Black.
I can't just go outside and think, oh, wait, I think I'm white. And people are going to look at me like, hey, oh, wait, he's white.
But society's
that's not how society treats me.
That's not true.
It treats me like a brown person.
No,
so he's just contradicting himself.
That's actually not true.
It's not contradictory.
No, that's not true. Look, if you walk around with...
Social construct is not when you alone think like, oh, wait, this is how the world should view me. Therefore, that's how the things should be.
Okay, so here's the difference.
Do you get it now, Maddie? Do you get it now? Because you're still making the same mistake. I predicted your mistake and you made
okay, so OT, but society's already accepted I can become black, so why can't my crime be charged as a black?
No, society doesn't accept it.
But they accept I'm black.
Why do you care about society?
They don't accept that you're black.
Because you're accepted black, so that
but this is a white people. But this is a white.
When did they do that? When did they do that?
But this is a white people society.
You're just trolling it.
You just said it's a social construct, so why can't it be charged as black?
But wait, you said. But hold on, OT. This is a white people society. Why do you accept white people society's terms? Do you have an internalized racism?
No, because, bro, I still speak my own language.
So then, why do you speak our language?
What do you mean your language?
White people have invented
why don't you speak in clicks to us right now?
Do you think Spanish is a white language?
Who invented the?
Do you think Spanish is a white language?
Who invented English?
Do you think Spanish is a white language?
Spanish is a white language. It's a Latin language.
So why do other white people in America hate that?
Because we're white.
That Spanish. Yeah, because Spanish is a white language.
Yes, but what do we care for people speak?
Italian is a white language.
Well, let Truth talk.
Do you speak all those languages?
Let Truth and Ukraine talk.
Languages, you dumb
let Truth.
Bulgarian is a white language.
OT. Let Truth and Ukraine talk.
Language. Russian is a white language.
OT. Let Truth and Ukraine. Truth.
No, English is not the only language, you dumb
OT. Let Truth and Ukraine talk.
You try to corner me on the language.
And
you go smacked.
Okay, you guys go ahead. I don't know why he feels the need to be disrespectful against.
I don't know why they feel the need to sidetrack from race.
We're trying to let other people talk.
Race is not a biological construct, right?
Y'all have been
let other people talk.
For almost an hour.
Maddie, shut the fuck up. I just cooked both of you.
If we're gonna give you one more chance. Don't be disrespectful. Don't outspeak anyone. Don't call anyone names, or you will be kicked.
Are you a cannibal? What do you mean by wait? Are you a cannibal? What do you mean by cooking? Why are you saying cooking? Why are you saying? Are you a cannibal?
Because I just embarrassed both of you. You tried a 2v1 and you couldn't. None of you have able to be.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with
them. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let truth talk and Ukraine talk.
So how is racist biological?
Go ahead, truth in Ukraine.
Well, actually,
crickets.
You guys talk about
fucking crickets.
And like a lot of the European countries, and by the way, Japan has raised it to 16 as of 2023. But the reason that the age of consent is 16 in a lot of European countries, pretty much universally, is because at that point they graduate high school. And they just recently passed a law in the UK saying that Revolut is probably the largest what you would call online bank in the world now. And so they've also passed legislation where 16 and 17-year-olds can accept a credit card or a debit card without parents' permission for that purpose. Mm-hmm. So, but that's very misleading because even when it was 13 in Japan, that only applied to people within that age range. In other words, an adult couldn't just go have schmecks with a 13-year-old.
Yeah, I just want to apologize for OT for like not letting you guys talk like for no reason. I want to apologize to No Brainer too for him disrespecting you too, No Brainer.
The bottom line is that, you know, what he said is true. I just looked it up. That's the only category that white people in America lead in for crime is 52% for what you would call SO.
However, well, you know why? Because we're the only ones who report. Do you know why? Because we're the only ones who report it.
All the other criminal categories, all the other criminal categories, by far, African Americans are way ahead of the pack. Way ahead of the pack. You could just look that up.
No, but it's because we report it at a much higher rate than other races too. They most of the time they don't report it in other cultures. That's the reason why.
Well, I'm just saying within the confines of the United States of America. So, you know, when I came in here, came into on a tail end of the conversation. I guess you guys were talking about what people identify as or whatever.
Yeah, so, I mean, I just want to say I agree with him that it's a social construct, but again, he's not making a point of like why that's important. It's like, okay, so what's your point? Okay, it's a social construct. So what? Like,
well, you can call yourself anything you want to, but you know what? Facts are facts. Men are men, women are women. If you're Caucasian, you're white. If you're African, you're black. That's generally what they're referred to. Okay, Hispanic people they call them Latino now. I don't see why.
Latinos and Hispanics are mixed white though. That's what I'm not understanding. It's like it's literally mixed.
Trying to break down. Why is everybody trying to redefine everything? Why are some black people offended to be called black? Why is everybody trying to invent 32 genders
I'll tell you why. I can explain to you why. I'll explain to you why. And John knows this somewhat too, because it's postmodernism. They're trying to infect everybody with this like mind virus of like extreme complexity of like here's the thing, when they say white, they don't mean the color of your skin only. They mean like this kind of like weird, like you pay your taxes, you follow the law, you cut your grass, like that's white. You the man, you try to keep us down and shit, man. Shit. That's what they mean,
The problem I had with race, gender, social construct is if I can identify as being a black person and I can identify as being a woman, isn't that kind of the same thing as wearing woman face and black face?
There's no such thing as identifying as a woman. If you don't have a vagina, you're not a woman. If
yes, but society is not black. We already accepted it.
No, but look, here's the thing: is they've already infected a large portion of the people with the thing about women. So, for example, right, they use the cover of the term woman to mean anybody who identifies as such. So again, they just use this distinction. No, but listen, listen. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying it matters because here's the reason why.
You're trying.
Can I finish my thought? Can I finish my thought?
Let him finish his point.
Yeah. Here's why it matters, because you're dealing with a population that is effectively retarded. Let's be honest. Okay, so that's the reason it matters.
You have to say
okay?
Ricky, you can't say that word.
Yes, bro. We're gonna have to drop you, and then you're gonna have to re-request back up, dude. You can't say that word. Just
you come back.
Yourself.
I'll invite him back. I'll invite
up.
him back. I'll invite him back.
No, he can come back up. It's just
I got it.
Just say that word.
Yeah,
dude. All the problems we have in the world. That's the problem with America. That's
just
why
say challenge. Just say especially challenge.
Let me finish my point.
Identities is all the problems we have in the world.
Hold on. Let me explain. So, because OT's just going to filibuster again, really quickly. Here's the point. Because I can't use a word that's in the English language for hundreds of years right now, right? That's the reason it matters. Okay, we're at you guys cannot live in denial of how bad of a situation we're in. Okay, you can try to wish it away all you want. We're totally screwed because again, these people are hard-id. Okay. They are brainwashed and they're very dangerous people. That's the reason why. I mean, OT is a good example because he's, again, like, he's not wrong in some of what he's saying, but he's
what's scary about me?
Because you don't even know why you're arguing the point you're like, why does it matter? I already agree with your point. So now what?
John thinks that race is not a social construct. He says that race is a biological construct.
Yes, because he hasn't been infected with this like education, quote unquote, that you've gone through, where you get to like jump through mental gymnastic, jujitsu, like everybody else.
Where's the mental gymnastics? You agreed with me, right?
It's a category. Okay, you made up a new category of things. I understand.
What new category?
Who cares?
Oh,
wait, you
race,
said
gender, all these different categories.
No, OT at this point, we're gonna do OT. We're gonna do timers now at this point because you keep interrupting, and if you interrupt, I'm just gonna keep muting you because I don't like when people interrupt, and when you interrupt people, it makes them upset because they can't finish their point. So I'm gonna give Jish
86 of them, dude. Why have timers? Because of this guy.
No,
don't do that.
Because Ukraine, you were doing it too. You were interrupting.
No, you're so good. No, I just wanted to make sure I was clear. I apologize for interrupting.
Okay, so we don't do timers.
Did I clarify your question? Did I answer your question?
No, not really.
Why not? What more do you need?
I mean, see, this is because it's all about your ego. You're like, I'm educated.
It's not
I
ego.
got special knowledge.
Like,
That's all you're thinking about. You don't. I've already explained it to you. You've been through some sort of brainwashing camp called college, so you think you're smarter than everybody else who didn't get brainwashed for 20 years.
Raise your hand when the professor talks.
You asked me a simple question. Why does it even matter to me? Because John brought it up. It's one of John's prompts, right?
Right.
So why would I not argue
so he doesn't believe
John.
I'll explain it. I'm right here if you want me to tell you. Look, I've been over that. Look, just because there's a lot of overlap, right? So like, for example, like people in Mexico are going to be mestizo, right? It's like it's part kind of native Aztec and part Spaniard. There's a lot of overlap. Okay, it'd be something similar in Turkey, where they're part European, part Middle Eastern, right? But that doesn't change the categories of, look, Caucasian European is white, African is black, Chinese or Asian. This has only been in question really in the last like 20 years or so, and this is what SBS is saying. This is postmodernism. This is what.
No, it hasn't been in question for you for the last 20 years because you didn't know about black people in the South Pacific who've lived there for over thousands of years. Black people have lived in the South Pacific for ages. You just didn't know that. You think like, oh, nobody know about this black people in the South Pacific that has way different genetics from sub-Saharan Africa. You didn't know that. That's not a fault of anyone else.
Well, there's black people living all over the world. There's black people in Haiti, but they came from Africa.
Yeah, and people in Fiji didn't come from Africa. Oh well, if you like drag it all the way back like 100,000 years, just like Europeans, so yeah.
You don't even know if humans existed 100,000 years ago. It's just
a placeholder.
Scientific theory. It's scientific theory. All sciences, most of science is just theory.
I agree.
They have nothing really to base it on because they change the theory every 50 years.
No, they update it based on the best available evidence.
So
We
what
have
if
evidence
cosmic
of-
evolution?
We have evidence of
It's not
Homo
100%
erectus,
true.
just like Don said. We have evidence of Homo erectus.
So what's the
we have
evidence of
evidence
black and
of
white? Hold on. What's the evidence of the
Neanderthals.
black race? What's the evidence for black race?
The evidence like only came up through social constructs.
So
That's
you
how it
admit
came
that
up.
it's not. So you admit it's not scientific in any true sense of the word, right?
Yeah. That's
And
I think that's my
Don-
whole point. I think you finally got onto my point.
So T, what is it? What is cosmic evolution?
I don't know. Can you tell me?
So cosmic evolution is the origin of space, time, and matter. Okay, and what people say is that the Big Bang. How did the Big Bang form? How did it happen? Scientists can't prove that. For people to say that evolution is a thing is like if you have dirt on Earth and the very dirt at the bottom, okay, which is the oldest dirt? Does anyone know?
At the bottom of the ocean, isn't it?
So if you have dirt, if you have 10 layers of dirt, which one's the oldest?
One of the bottom.
No, they're the same date because it's the same dirt. It all came from the same place.
I was watching a science video on that, and the way that so all our rivers and oceans and lakes, so pretty much evolution has gone backwards. So everything was kind of like frozen glaciers, and then slowly things were kind of covering us, and then it switched around, and where all the land would have been land, the water would have been land at one point.
So it was all underneath. It was all underneath, therefore it's the same date.
Yeah, but I think we got hit by a big asteroid anyways, and then it formed a bunch of land anyways. They were trying to save from the moon or something. Or the moon is from Earth, actually, I believe. It's a big chunk of Earth.
For my point is I believe that evolution is not as factual as a higher being. Because people who believe in evolution is like you can literally be
What's high
God.
being? I don't know what that is. Like
So-
generally, I don't know.
So people who believe evolution's a thing is like they believe that you can become God. Oh, in 100,000 years, we're gonna be able to travel the universe like Rick and Morty. You're literally gonna be able to become God. Is what the definition of it is, because you're evolving to the point where you're gonna be able to control the universe and space travel. So you're literally gonna be able to become God.
I guess if
So
we
that's-
have, because we evolve based on evolutionary pressures. So like, there's probably could be a pressure that makes some.
So
everyone
wait.
geniuses.
Let me ask you a question, OT. You believe in race as a social construct? Do you believe in God?
To an extent, yeah. Well, I was raised Christian, so it's like a part of me. But it's like a mental battle.
So do you believe that God should take out evil in the world?
Ideally,
Yes or no? So ideally, so that means you want everyone to go. You want everyone on Earth to die. Then
No, because like in my God, in the Christian God, we deal
yes,
with
sin.
we deal
Yes,
with no we deal with sin in the afterlife.
Yes.
That's how we're judged at the end of the days. Like here on earth, like things happen because of free will and all that. So if you do your best on earth, like whatever
But-
happens,
but God is
and you're
getting rid of
judged
evil.
after that. So I don't really
Sorry for interrupting you. From my thing is you need to. So if God got rid of all evil, that means every single human on Earth would just be gone. So people who don't like evil is like the same thing of like you have to have light and darkness. You can't live in the light because a lot of people are not gonna be able to sleep when there's light. There's darkness because how a plant's gonna grow on 24/7 of light, right? For that meaning, you need the objection of every other thing. Like there's water and there's ice and steam. It's like the Trinity. It's the same thing. It's like the Holy Trinity. Water is a thing, ice is a form of water, and steam is a form of water, just three different things.
Are you just pushing a different religion on us right now?
No, I'm
What
saying
is
how God
this?
exists.
Like Confucius now, or what? Are we going to be talking about?
Yeah,
like,
it's just
No,
it's
I'm
gonna be
proving how
like a
you-
yoga session.
No, I'm proving how God exists. Like, say,
That's
beyond.
the Trinity. You said you're a Christian. You don't believe in the Trinity?
I don't subscribe to this form of Trinity, so it's like.
What form of Trinity do you subscribe to?
The Son, and the
Like
Holy
he said,
Spirit?
like fucking ice and stone.
Yes, because it's
and
all
whatever.
form of one thing.
Water has 3 different forms, right?
Yeah, what does that have to do with
Yes,
God,
and the Trinity has
Father,
3
Son, and the Holy
forms.
Spirit?
See, who's trolling now?
So any 3 things can be the Trinity. Is what do you mean?
Oh my!
Any arbitrary thing?
Because
like
the Trinity
my
is
balls and my dick.
Jesus. Jesus
3
God
things.
is Jesus
Wow, so
God.
wait, are you comparing? You're comparing Jesus to your
No,
dick
no, no.
now? Wow, really?
Since we're gonna do that game
You're not
of
even.
like
You're not
arbitrary
even a
things,
Christian. then.
arbitrary 3 things that like, oh, these are the Trinity. Like it's stupid.
Have a good day, friend. So I'm telling you, the Trinity
Like,
is
why
God.
choose-
It's God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, all a form of one thing. The same with water, steam, and ice. It's the same thing. There's 3 different forms, just like how the Holy Spirit,
There's
Jesus, and
plasma as
God.
well.
How many BBCs have you been on top of LT?
You just disrespected the Christian Bible.
Wait a minute. Can
How
I
did I
at least sit
disrespect
there
it?
and say something to this?
Yes, Red Angel. Yes.
Are you sitting there and stating that, like, it's 3 different forms of water? It's a similar thing, but it's 3 different forms of it, which would be the same as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which is 3 different forms of God.
Yes.
Okay. I see where you're coming from with that.
Well, it's not really confused. I think he's confused with what I mean. I think because water is water, ice is a form of water just frozen, and steam is this evaporation of water. Same thing. Okay, they're the same thing because you need water to create ice, and you need water to create steam. So, with that, it's the Holy Spirit and the Trinity with God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. It's the thing. It's the whole thing. Jesus can identify as anything he wants because he's God, but it's the same thing. So for him to say he believes in the Christian God, he doesn't understand what the Trinity means.
Sorry, which verse in the
what I
Bible
seen
compared
was
the
when I
Trinity
sat there and
to
read
water
stuff about
molecules
it.
and stuff?
It's not, because the Trinity is one being.
Because he wants to be a dick about it. He's not being serious.
Wait,
with
what?
you
But
right now.
that's
I'm
this
being a dick
argument
about it?
about water is
No,
not serious.
no. OT is not. He's not trying to listen to you. He's just trying to be a douchebag. That's all.
Yeah, so
No,
OT,
no,
please,
I-
You might as well just ignore the dude because he's
OT,
not. He's
I'll say
not. He's
one
not
more
I
being
time.
literally
serious.
asked him what a high
OT,
form
I'll say
was.
one more. It doesn't say anything
He
about water.
explained it because I asked him to. I wanted to understand.
So I'll give you one
Same.
thing. Okay, go.
I mean, I want to hear
OT,
more about it too without you calling him
Okay.
pedantic when he's actually trying to get to his point.
OT, I'll say right now, so about how God, Jesus says he's God. Ready? Whoever met me has met the Father. Simple.
And which means you have to go through the Son to reach the Father.
Which is literally the identification of God.
Yes.
So people, OT, it's a simple thing. I want to say it slowly one more time, respectfully. Okay, ready? Water is water, right?
Yeah.
Ice is a form of water, right?
Yep.
Steam is a form of water.
Yep.
So it's the same thing, correct?
The essence.
Yeah,
The essence
yeah.
of.
But you can say that for a lot of
essence
molecules.
Hydrogen and oxygen.
You can say that for like a lot of molecules.
Yeah,
that
of
just have
course.
3 main forms.
But we're talking about God, so God has 3 different forms, right?
Yeah, we know
Yes,
that,
you have
but
the
like I don't
Holy
know
Spirit,
why
which
does it have to
impregnated the
connect
Virgin Mary, which you
to
have
water
the flesh
specifically.
of God, which is Jesus, which come to earth, and then you have God, which sits in heaven. It's because that's what it explains. Like, it's the same individual, but God sent a flesh version of Himself to die on the cross to resolve sin
Mm-hmm.
through the Holy Spirit, which is what impregnated Mary.
Yeah. Also, I mentioned like plasma as well, because isn't there 4 states of matter? Like there's solid,
my
liquid,
God.
gas, and then plasma. No, I'm not. I'm being
So
dead serious.
what does that
right
have to do with what we're talking about, though? What
Because
does that
he's
have to do
saying
with
there's
what we're
only
talking
3
about?
states.
There's 3. No, water is there's 3 states of water I'm using. There's ice, steam, and there's water. It's the same thing because you need water to create steam. You need water to create ice. You need water, obviously, for water. Same thing because you need that one being to create those things. Like God created the flesh version, the Holy Spirit version, and the spiritual version of him. Spiritual, the flesh, and the Holy Spirit version. Meaning, he's one being, okay?
No,
What about
listen. But hold
There's
on,
a lot
hold on,
of
hold on.
form-
Well, why don't you hold on? Why don't you explain the Trinity to us since you understand it better than us, OT?
No. I'm trying to understand the
You
connection.
think that you're thinking that you know that this analogy doesn't work. Why don't you tell me how you understand?
I'm trying to get the connection between water and God specifically, because there's a lot of things that exist.
See, this is what I'm saying.
There's a lot of things that
you're just acting offended and act like you don't understand.
Offended about what?
OT, it's not
Nothing to be offended of.
OT, it's not the same thing. It's just a contradictory meaning. I'm using water as an example of how it's the same.
It's an
thing.
analogy. Have you ever heard the word? You said you're educated, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
but like
'cause
what's
it's similar?
like,
'cause you have
what's the analogy? What's the analogy?
man?
Christ, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It's
I know what it is, but what?
Yeah, but how much does he have to explain this, brother? I mean, like,
Well,
he just
he
explained-
wanted to talk
I know,
about his
but-
dick. So why don't you talk
no,
about
but
my dick? Tell me how your
This-
dick is the same as the
This is
Trinity.
how dumb it is. I can use any three things to say, oh, without this you don't get this, and without this you don't get this. Therefore, it is the Trinity right here. Like that's
Rock,
you
that's
can
not
choose
what
any
anybody
arbitrary
said.
thing that's
That's not what
three.
it
It's like, oh, these work in tandem to create three sides of a triangle makes this and this and this.
Your
Like,
IQ must
see
be
how,
about
like,
like
it's-
81
It's
or
just
something.
like
To be honest
it's
with you.
arbitrary.
You just try to
You're-
fight
you're-
the
And also,
legal
there's
now.
four states.
Your whole life is arbitrary, OT.
Cool story. Like that doesn't argue anything that I just said. Like you can just choose
Because
three things
you're literally
that are
saying
dependent
nothing.
on each other and be
You
like,
said
okay,
absolutely
this is
nothing.
the
Well,
Trinity.
it's an analogy to the Holy Spirit because, you know, like, when you think about it, God would be water, right?
Oh.
The Holy Spirit would be vapor, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get to ice, which you have the sun, which is the same as God, but flesh on earth. Jesus was basically an avatar of God.
You can do the.
I'm trying to like
Still
connect it
not
right
going
now.
to change.
Okay,
OT, it's still not going to change the point and the fact that you don't get it.
You need to go
OT.
back to college.
No, I genuinely
I'm
don't get
trying
it.
to-
OT, for you to lie with someone as a Christian is actually hurtful because you just say that you believe in the Christian God, and we go to heaven. We go to heaven and we repent. No, we repent for our sins out before going to heaven. Catholics believe, I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Catholics believe if you just accept Jesus, you'll be accepted. But as a Christian, you need a full-hearted belief in Christ, and you have to repent for your sins and believe in it full-heartedly and try to actually do good by it.
Yes,
So therefore-
which is
Yeah.
more of something
So
that's
therefore,
in your
but OT,
heart. You have
yeah.
to accept that
But
you
what have I
commit
done?
sin.
OT, you just said that Christianity accepts it after life. No, it does not. If God got rid of all
What?
evil, you said God. Why
No,
doesn't God
I
get rid
said
of all?
judgment happens after life.
Yes, but you have to
Judge-
repent.
God
Judgment
judges
Well,
us.
and-
well, to
in
God,
the
there is
afterlife.
there is no afterlife or before life. He's everywhere and
His life.
anywhere at one time.
Yes, but he like relegates his judgment at the end of time. Isn't that right? Is that like the what rapture
Where
is all about?
where does
Isn't
it
that
say
what
that in the
like
Bible?
the judgment
Where does it
day
say
is?
that?
What is the judgment day? What is judgment day?
Okay,
Nobody
let
knows,
me
obviously.
ask you this, OT. Is it a sin to be gay in the Bible?
I think it is.
Yes, Leviticus 18 through 22 literally states that a man should not be with man and female should not be with female, declaring that, okay, and what is boy in Latin? Okay, but you can tell me what boy means in Latin.
I don't know actually.
It means man in Latin.
Yep.
So there's a in Latin. So therefore, okay, do you think people who are gay but accept God will go to heaven?
If they change
Probably
their
not.
ways.
Yes, they will.
Christ.
Yes. If they change their
Yeah, so-
ways.
Yeah,
So it's
and
not a bad
I
thing?
don't put this back on you, Maddie, as well. Like in the Bible, it says like if your eye causes you to sin, like or lust,
Yes, lust.
you should gouge it out, right?
Yes, you should, but that's more of a metaphor. That's like you should not have lustful eyes or
Yeah, but that's a
look
sin,
towards
right?
sin.
So okay,
Yeah.
let me
Is
tell
it
you-
a worse
hold
sin
on,
than
hold on,
being
OT,
gay, or
let me
like
ask
even
you this.
adultery? Trump is an adulterer.
Jess and Andrew will laugh at
Should he go to hell?
Oh, here we go.
Josh, I know
No,
you're
no,
gonna
like
laugh at
I'm
this.
being consistent right now.
Angel,
I'm
Angel
being
and Josh,
consistent right now.
Angel and Josh, you're gonna laugh at this if he doesn't get this analogy. Okay, what does God mean when He says the firmament in the sky and the earth. What does he mean by that?
I'm not sure. What is it?
Do you believe? Do you know what firmament is? Like, you know, water in the sky.
I know what fermentation.
So what does it mean? What does it mean?
In
Oh
wine
my
and stuff.
god!
So do you know? So you believe it's water in the sky? Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means in the Bible?
No, explain it. Explain it.
So
it
means a separation from heaven and earth. People believe God's talking about there's water in the sky, but it's a separation from heaven and earth. So if you don't even know what that is, you don't even believe in God at this point.
Wait. So me not understanding one verse
hold on.
is me not
I'm
believing
sorry,
God?
brother. I can't laugh because like this is actually sad. Like
No,
it hurts
hold
my
on.
heart.
Let me break it down for you. Hold on. This is really easy. Hold on.
Okay, break
OT,
it down, break it
you
down.
said that Trump's an adulterer, so he's a bad sinner. So what? So he shouldn't be president? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying
all
in the
sinners.
Christian framework, yes, he is and we
Yeah,
all know some
everyone
fucked up
is.
people in our family who's like
everyone-
who's had
everyone
like two
is.
different wives, three different
Like,
wives, right?
I'm not perfect in the eyes of God. If God come to me right now, I would fall short. But that
I
goes
know.
for all of us. We all
I know.
fall short in the eyes of God.
I know.
That means we're not perfect. We are not the Son. We
I
were
know.
not Jesus. Jesus absolved our sins when he died on the cross for us.
I know. So if gay people repent, what
Yes.
what happens
Yes,
to
if
them?
they repent,
change
if they
their
repent.
ways and open their heart towards God, going through the Son, then they're able to sit there and they have to feel that in their heart. Like, because being Christian is not without sin, because every day you're going to fall short in the eyes of God.
Yeah.
Like, you're not ever going to be perfect.
This is my point. This is my point. Why is I know being gay is a sin, but why is gay like elevated as a way bigger sin than Trump's sins himself? Like, is there like a hierarchy of sins?
Not forgiving Trump for his sin is also
all sin is created equally in the eyes of God.
Oh
yeah, it's created equally, right? But
by the way,
conservatives don't view it that way.
OT, by the way, did you know God actually did get rid of all evil on earth before? Did you know the big man Noah? You know Noah, obviously,
the
in the Bible.
He wiped the Nephilim.
He wiped it out. So therefore, he got rid of all evil. He did it before. If he does it again, we will all be unalived. We will all be unalived.
And he promised us through the rainbow that it will not be done with a flood this time. And I get this point.
Yeah, but our salvation is through whom?
Is fire and a lake of like lava and stuff. Here's the thing: hell is a place absent of God's love.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's arguing against that. I'm like, let's get back to the point about the hierarchy of sins. Like,
but sin
why is being gay elevated as like this?
Because it's not natural in God's eyes. Men are supposed to be with a woman.
I know, and in God's eyes, adultery is not natural. Lust is not natural. A lot of things are not natural. Stealing is not natural.
Before
There's
marriage,
many things unnatural in the Bible, and like Red said,
you know what,
things are created equal.
You know what, OT? I have to go to bed soon, but you're the type of guy, and they will laugh at this. You're the type of guy to believe in the NIT in Deuteronomy, where it says, "Man sees with girl, that means he raped her." That's you right there. That's you.
I mean, whatever you can say to sidetrack from the fact you don't want to argue like the hierarchy of sins.
You know what?
You don't want to address that because it exposes how much you be like, oh no, fuck these gay people, man. These dudes fucking each other. Our president is all sorts of things, and he can fucking shoot people in the fucking.
Don't disrespect our religion like that. Do not disrespect the Christian religion.
Disrespect your.
You're saying you're cussing at us, saying you're making fun of us.
What? So So you disrespecting me? Is that disrespecting Christianity?
No, I'm disrespecting you. I'm saying you're the type of person to believe that Deuteronomy means grape.
You're the type of person to sidetrack this like a random ass verse because you can't stay on topic.
Deuteronomy, no, it's everything.
You can't stay on topic. So we were discussing sin.
Wait, hold on.
You brought up
what
gay
Christians
people.
are persecuting?
You brought up gay as a sin, right?
What Christians?
Right, Maddie? Did you bring it up?
Yes, it is a sin.
Yes, you brought it up, and I brought up other sins.
What Christians
let's compare.
What Christians are persecuting?
Sorry, Josh. Hold on, Josh. Yes, Josh. What was your thing? Sorry, don't you just unfinished. What did you say, Josh?
What Christians are persecuting gays in the modern times at all?
I mean, I know a bunch of Muslim factions of the Abrahamic, like,
and Judaism. And Judaism.
Yeah, but you're making it like, oh, Christians are especially like oppressing gay people.
No.
What Christians are
Muslims
oppressing
right now
gay
are the
people?
worst. Muslims right now are the worst, but
No,
I still think it is.
And you probably
Muslim,
want them
I
all to
still
come
think
to
it's a
this
sin,
country
and I'm a
because you
sinner
want to
as
be
well.
nice.
Like
Oh,
I don't
T.
think I'm better than them.
But OT, to say that the Muslim religion is worse than other Judaism is worse, believing that Talmud, meaning even including Muslims, including women, including us, of Goyim should be unalive. They call us animals, they call us Goyim, and we should be unalive because we do not believe
Our
in their
ship
religion.
is slaves.
Sorry, this is who talking to who? This Muslims talking to
No, this is
Jews?
Judaism. This is the Judaism religion.
Sorry, can you repeat
they
what
see
you
us
said?
as
Say it again.
property.
I was lost.
So by the Bible, Israel has fallen from God because they have separated from God because of the way what they're doing, and they have no repentance of God. It's a separation between God. And the example is, and I keep bringing up to people, is if God came down to earth right now and saw what Israel is doing to people right now, what would his reaction be? Gold star, you get a nice juice box and a cookie. Good job, Israel. Or would he be like, you guys have fallen from my world. You are not the people who I once was. You have fallen from me.
You
Depart
remember
from me.
the story how the creator, the person who interpreted the word of God went to the mountain, come down and found out that the Jews were worshiping the bull.
So T, that's an example. Like again,
But listen, he already said that
Yeah,
there's
but, like,
there's
I'm
a
not
hierarchy
arguing
of
for
sins. He
Jews,
says
right?
he said that there's a hierarchy of sins, so maybe their sin's not as bad as something else. So.
Well,
No, I'm
all
just saying
sin
they're all
created equal,
sins.
though.
That's why I say I'm a sinner as well. Like I'm equally as sinful as
do you repent
other
every day?
people.
So wait,
Sorry?
so you're just as bad as Trump or Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Yes, at
Like,
the end of the day,
under the
that
eyes
would
of
be-
God,
in
yeah.
the
No, I'm
eyes
talking
of
to OT.
God,
I'm
you are
talking to
not-
On
OT.
the eyes of God, yes. That's why I like try to pray and like repent from my because our like avenue is trying to stick to like the straight path and praying.
How is not
because we're
correcting?
not forgiven through our own works, we're forgiven through prayer.
Hold on. I get
Well,
it.
it's
So
not
here's the
just
thing.
prayer.
Wait,
You have
hold
to
on.
have a
Sacrifice,
change
right?
in heart. It's not just prayer and good deeds that get you there. You have to accept the fact that you are a sinner, and you all.
I
you
know,
do fall
I
short
just
in
said
the eyes
that.
of God.
No, but hold on.
And
Here's
repent.
the
Did I not
here's
just
the
say
thing.
that?
Here's the thing, though. Here. Let me break it down really quick. Okay. How does not correcting gay people from their errors make you a better person in the eyes of God than someone who says, you know what, maybe you shouldn't be doing that?
Yeah,
But it's not
I
your
do that as
place
well.
to sit there. I
No,
mean, you can give them sermons and things like that, and you can try to be. You can be there
Yeah.
for them. But
Yeah,
at the
can I
end of the
clarify?
day, it's their decision to turn
Because he
away
asked me.
from sin.
Can I clarify? Yeah, I think there's a place for that, like mentoring to them, but also like with Jesus' example, his example of going to like different communities and different sinners, he went to them with grace. He didn't like the outsiders, the Samaritans, the Romans, like people who were termed as outsiders and sinners. He ate with like tax collectors. He ate with fucking prostitute.
So all right,
People who
so
were gonna be stoned.
wait,
I'm not saying.
so why what so hold up. Would you go sit
Can I
down and
finish?
have a meal? Hold on. Would you go sit down and have a meal with Epstein tomorrow and say like, hey man, I get it, man. We all fall.
No, not really, because I'm not Jesus.
Oh, wait.
I'm not Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, so your whole argument is totally destroyed
Invalid.
by yourself.
No, my argument is that we all try
No.
to be Jesus, but we'll never beat
Wait.
Jesus.
No, you just destroyed your own
Right?
argument. You just
How
destroyed
did
your
I
own
destroy my
argument.
own argument?
You said that,
So-
Jesus went and sat with all these people, so we should be kind to these people. And I said, well, why don't you go have a meal with Epstein? You're like, oh, no, I ain't going to do that, man. Shit.
Think about the apostles, though. Like, they were not good people, but God seen them that he can put his work through them and see change through them. Like, which shows that no matter how far in sin you are, if you repent and accept
Yeah,
God,
that's the thing.
the Son, you
Repentance.
can be saved, but you have to sit there and hold yourself to a higher standard. And that you're not going to be without sin no matter what, but you still have to hold yourself to a standard. Each day you have to be a better person than you were.
Wait, so SVS whatever, like, do you think like we shouldn't follow like Jesus' example of like going to the outsiders and being like, okay, I know you're fucking sinners. Like even
Sure,
on the,
but
even,
why should we
wait,
let-
even on
well,
his
well,
even
yeah,
when Jesus
okay.
was dying, he
Let
said,
me answer.
like, Father, forgive them for they have sinned. Right?
Let me
Even, like, these people were spitting at him,
do it.
and they were like crucifying him.
Let me answer. Okay, here's the thing. For example, right? Why does that mean I need totally open borders? Why does it mean I don't need to put anybody in
That
prison?
doesn't
Why does
mean
that
that.
mean? Okay. So you don't believe in open borders for America? You don't think we should let all the Mexicans and all the El Salvadorians come over the border?
I believe in more humane border policy. I believe in more.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
what's humane? Where does that? Hey, where's the definition of humane
I'll
in
explain.
the Bible?
I'll explain.
Where's the definition in the Bible about humane border policy?
Yeah, humane border like, so did Jesus like drag these people and just throw them into fucking like, you know, beat them up and throw them into random prisons and shit? Like, did Jesus do that?
Well, Jesus wasn't a political leader, so David probably would have, and David was a political leader.
Yeah, but like I thought you followed Jesus, not a political leader.
Come back, a lot of people that are in these political positions would not like Jesus. Because everybody sees Jesus as
he's too progressive.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is David would have thrown people into prison and slaughtered them if they got out of line.
Yeah, but do you pray to David or Jesus?
Okay, but still, are you saying that bad things are never going to happen because we believe in Jesus?
No,
like if people come across the border and they want to do harm to us, do we just say, can I explain I don't want to defend myself because I might go to hell? I'll just let people do all the bad things because they're here.
No. That's not what it means.
So
it does sound like that's the conclusion you're trying to come to.
No. That's not what it means. Like, for example, like Jesus like criticized the Pharisees. He criticized a lot of people. He criticized the Pharisees especially, and like rich people, because they look down upon like downtrodden people, and they also have this very protectionist view of like, oh, that person can't be saved because, you know, he's a tax collector. And like Jesus saw through like those people and like, fuck you, like Pharisees. And even when they asked him, like they tested him, they said, what is the greatest commandment? And he said the greatest commandment is love God with all your heart. And then the second greatest commandment to that is love thy neighbor. And then throughout his whole ministry, he exemplified that. He put God first, and then he loved his neighbor. He still criticized evil policies as they were happening.
How is a guy from Zimbabwe that speaks a totally different language and totally different culture, quote unquote, my neighbor?
Because Jesus said so. Because they're made in the image of God.
That's a bullshit argument, and you know that.
No, are they made in the image of God or not?
Okay, so why don't you let Jeffrey Dahmer come sleep in your bed tonight?
Well, he's kind of dead.
Because he's a fucking. Why would I let a fucking serial killer?
Yeah, why don't you let Epstein sleep over with your kids tonight?
Because
he's made in the image of God. Hey, he's made in the image of God. Why not?
Wait, made in the image of God doesn't mean you put yourself in danger for it.
Thank you for making my point for me.
Pretty much, you just made his point.
No, it's stupid. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna like wear a red rag and go into like the fucking Crips area." Like that's
I don't know how that pertains.
There's no common sense. You're not using common sense.
People from Chicago, and you put them next to you, they're not gonna fucking change just because you want them to.
Who's not gonna change?
So let MS-13 move next door with your little kids playing around, and if they get shot, we'll just say, well, they're made in the image of God, and I wanted to do the nice thing.
No. Look at what Jesus did to them. He ministered to them, right? And people came to him in faith. People, he showed them peace.
So let MS-13 come next to you and go be nice to them. So let Epstein come sleep in your bed at night and be nice.
Ideally,
to them,
yes. Right? Ideally, yes.
So you would let Epstein sleep with your kids, because you believe that he
why do you have to drag it to like the extreme? Like that shows that your logic doesn't work.
Well, you're saying let MS-13 move next door to you.
Like there's like 99% of people who aren't like MS-13, right? You know there's like 2 billion Muslims.
I've lived in a neighborhood with MS-13.
There's 2 billion Muslims in the world, and not
have you ever lived in a neighborhood with MS-13 before? Have you ever done that before?
Are everyone else MS-13? Is everyone else MS-13?
The point is why was it brought here? Why should they have the right to live next door to me? Why shouldn't they be dragged into the street and taken care of or put in prison?
Who say they shouldn't be in prison? Like
you're saying that we should go and minister them and be nice to them, even though they're like bloodthirsty killers.
Wait, so which part of Jesus' ministry do you agree with?
Jesus, well, God wants you to forgive them, but he does not mean like you have to sit there and not acknowledge some of the things that they have done. You see what I mean? If you do not forgive them, then why do you expect Jesus or God to forgive you? But at the same time, that does not mean you have to still talk to that person or you have to be around that person. It's not everyone else's responsibility if they find God and change their ways. That is fault. You can preach to somebody. You can sit there and be there for them. You can forgive them every time that they slight you. But here's the thing. You have to sit there and realize that at the end of the day, if they keep doing the same thing, then that's on them. They have to come to that realization that their life is not where it should be.
Yeah, and also like Jesus, like as a kid, they fled from Herod, and like the attacks, and even when him and his disciples, like they fled from like the Romans and stuff, multiple times. Like, and even they tried to pull out the sword. What they cut I think they cut a soldier's ear. It's been a while since I've been in Sunday school, but yeah,
Peter.
Yeah.
Peter cut the soldier's ear.
Yeah.
Jesus healed the ear, so there was no slight made against the soldier, which would lead to the persecution of Peter.
Yeah, so they had to ambush Jesus, like through what's his name, Judas Iscariot. Yeah, Judas. They had to ambush him to be able to get him. Jesus didn't just say, "Oh, fuck, these people want me to be crucified. Let's just go into their hands. Let's just go freely into there." And just put myself and everyone else in danger.
Turned on him. That's the thing.
Yeah, but Jesus didn't say go put yourself in danger around a bunch of like bloodthirsty killers on purpose. I don't think Jesus
didn't do that.
Came to earth to intend himself to get slaughtered. Like it just happened.
Yeah, where did I say that? Well, that's what he did. He went to tax collectors. You're saying that we have
to be like Jesus and like be nice to like MS-13 or whatever.
Where did I say that? I said he went to Samaritans. You know who Samaritans are.
That if you see evil, it is your responsibility as a Christian to call it out.
No, SVSJ. Like who are Samaritans? Like are they MS-13? Were they domestic terrorists?
There's not really any difference in that category there, brother.
Yeah, it's a huge reach, and he knows it because
I mean MS-13 basically is a domestic terrorist group.
Yeah, but that's not like equal to Samaritans and tax collectors and even lepers. He healed lepers and like the people who were like the what's it called?
Sure,
the Pharisees said, "Oh no, don't ever touch lepers."
But if you
don't heal them on the Sabbath.
But wait, if you go and heal lepers, you might end up with leprosy and like have your arm fall off, right? So
I know.
Okay, obviously there's a difference.
You're obviously missing the point. The argument that Jesus was trying to make in that example is that like if he can do something with compassion that helps someone, then do it. That's why I want humane border policies. I'm not saying, hey, let's get everyone into the country. I'm just saying have humane border policies, and I'm still having to like explain to you what I mean.
But what's humane though? See, this is the thing is like, what does that mean? Humane is not defined in the Bible. Right.
But you got to understand also with humane, like if we start accepting everyone into the country and we start having a high population in one country, is it humane to sit there and have so many people crowding one house, no space for anyone?
No, that's obviously not like common sense. You could read through Proverbs and stuff and come up with.
Like, have you ever been to South America or Central America? Have you ever been there before?
Well, what's your point with that?
Like, have you seen how a lot of these people live down there?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to live like that yourself?
I mean, there's affluent people as well,
but you gotta
obviously you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, but what you trying to get to? What's your point?
So if you bring those people here, you will live like those people live there, right?
Oh, so why do they have lower crime rates than U.S. citizens?
Well, here's the problem with that.
You wait. You think that there's lower? You think there's lower crime rates?
I know that.
Really?
I know that. I can send you the source.
You have to worry.
America, if you correct for certain things,
I remember you know.
America is one of the safest countries in the world.
And that's a fact.
Not really.
It is.
In terms of gun crime, no.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Go live
gun crime
in
is
some
very
forms of
isolated
Africa.
places.
Go live in Africa. Go live in other places.
No, you're comparing it to like developing nations. You're not comparing it to developed nations.
Them
No,
nations
America's
had
a very
more
simple
enough
place.
time to develop past what they had.
SVSJ, like unblock me and I'll send you the sources.
Doesn't matter where you live.
But again, so what are you saying though? You're saying that you think that it's fine if we live like how people in Venezuela or Honduras or
having to
El
be
Salvador
worried
live?
about if you
Do
speak
you know
out
the
against
history
your
like
government being
of like
unalived
coups that
based
like the
on you
U.S. has
have an
done
opinion that
over in
does
South America?
today?
Oh, sure. I mean, do you think that means I agree with everything the United States has done? No, but here's the thing: is like you're taking all responsibility away from the people who live there as well.
I'm not.
You are.
Actually no. I'm
You're
contextualizing it
you're
because there's not
you're
everyone.
infantizing them. You're treating them like little babies, like they have no responsibility.
You're treating all of them as criminals, right?
No,
I'm not. Treating all of them as like
I've lived in other countries. I've lived in other countries before.
You're saying what? You're saying bring them here, and then we're gonna live like them, right?
That's a fact. I've lived around more immigrants than you. I guarantee you.
Where's that happened?
California, New York City.
Yeah,
Chicago,
one of the richest.
Atlanta. Where I mean, how every major city in the United States.
So you think? So that's how you think it works. Like you think they come in and then they bring all the favelas and stuff into the country.
They are.
It's the most uneducated bullshit.
You can
I've
go
ever
to
heard.
a different place. Like let's say if I up and move, like I move out of rural like
People assimilate.
Louisiana and go to like let's say New York. At the end of the day, it's not a change of place when you take your state of mind with you. Because you take where you're from with you.
Some people want to.
Do you have children? When you have children and they grow up there and that's their environment, that's all they ever know.
Yes, and which is a damn shame because in most of these places like New York and all that, your kids have a higher chance of sitting there and being brought into something.
Do you live like a European right now? Like do you live like?
Listen, when America was 90% white, do you know what the crime rate was in America? Do you know what the schools were like? You know how safe the schools were? People used to bring their guns to school. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're sitting here telling me that like the demographic makeup doesn't make any difference at all. Clearly, when it's like less than 60% white now, there's a difference, right? When it was 90% white, there was virtually zero violent crime.
So why are immigrant crimes lower, like both legal and undocumented?
Because you guys don't report your crime. Because you guys don't report your crime. Dude, I've lived in the hood. You haven't, okay? Obviously, you clearly have not lived in the hood.
Snitch mentality.
How does the hood like substantiate anything? You don't have any stats.
Think about like this.
Because they don't report crime in the hood.
Everybody is nowadays it's made to be where if you sit there and see a crime and you tell, you are considered a snitch. Correct?
Those are African Americans. Those are not immigrants.
No, that's a whole entire culture.
Dude.
That we
is that a culture of every immigrant across the world?
Have you lived in a Hispanic neighborhood before, OT?
Are Hispanics all like immigrants?
What?
And yes, I have.
Okay. Have you lived in one where there's drugs and crime and prostitution going on?
There's some of that in every neighborhood.
I lived in Florida for a little bit.
Like I'm not gonna say I live in a fucking hellhole, but I saw the shit going on.
I mean, I grew up in a mostly white and black neighborhood when I was growing up, and there was zero drugs and prostitution where I lived at.
Oh well, great anecdote. How does that translate into stats? Sorry.
No, you said it was in every single neighborhood. You said every neighborhood has
every single neighborhood. Every single where did I say every single neighborhood? I just mentioned the stats. That's all.
OT, I grew up in a white.
Another anecdote, no stats.
Actually,
another anecdote,
and that's because of politics.
Like we can go back and forth with anecdotes. I had experience like this, and I had experience.
No, you
like
only
this.
use
like,
facts.
We can go back and forth like that. It's still dumb.
So you want to use statistics to make every case about race and politics and all that.
Yes, I want education. Yeah.
So every race has just as bad as every race. It's just black people for some reason think that they have the worst. When realistically, you can go to some white towns and they'll be just as poor. It just depends on how your city treats you. And obviously, like if you look at New York, it's like Mandami. It's not even a fucking white person that runs it anymore. So, like, there you go.
Well, they'll still say that he's institutionalized racism and stuff. So,
what's bad about not a white person running it?
Because
I thought race doesn't matter.
I'm not saying it as a race
because it's a white country and it should be run by white people.
They don't know.
Oh, so it's just a white nationalist theory. It's like nothing to do with his qualifications.
Well, would you deny that America was 90% white until?
Would you deny his qualifications just to say
years?
that? Would you deny like people's like qualifications if they have the skills to do something? Like why just say, oh, this was
the
a
whole
white
world
majority
runs on
country?
nepotism everywhere else. Why shouldn't it run?
If a white person goes to Japan and has a job and like you deny them from that job,
take over their do you see like in black people over?
What he's saying is you shouldn't go to another country and try to change their culture. That's like me going to Japan. And you know how they actually cremate their bodies.
No, see, here's the thing: is if white people do it, hold on. Here's what he's saying: if white people do it, it's colonization and shit. If brown people do it, it's good.
Where did I bring up colonization?
It's just brown people.
I'm saying people qualified to do a job can do a job, right?
White people are more than qualified to rule the entire world. If you want to look at the British Empire, so I mean, obviously the British Empire knows how to rule the world.
Why do we not have the right to have a certain way? Why?
Okay, so this I'm just arguing with a white nationalist at this point. Like,
no, I'm saying you're saying qualification. The British Empire ruled like almost the entire world at one point. So if you want to talk about
what makes them
qualification,
qualified to do that? Aside from having more guns than the locals?
Well, obviously, it's not only guns that made them in that position, was it?
Yes, it was a lot of guns.
That's the only thing that separated them. Yeah, well, so Mike makes right. That's what you're. That's all you're really saying.
No, that has nothing. That doesn't qualify you to be a good like governance person.
Hey, Truth, I got a question for you.
Like,
brother.
look at Africa. Look at Africa. Africa, the British and Europe ruled Africa for 400 years. And look at Africa. It's a fucking hellhole. They live with no infrastructure.
You know why? Because their geography makes it impossible.
They used to extract resources.
Because we sent in gasoline and overpopulated them, and Africa cannot sustain a high amount of population. That's the reason why.
Sustain?
They don't have the resources to sustain a high level of population in Africa.
They never tried. They never built any schools. They never built any infrastructure.
Build a bunch of things.
Why? How is that good governance if only Europe benefit during that time? They didn't build shit to build up these countries. Once they got like, oh fuck, maybe we'll just give you independence in 1950.
Well,
like,
South Africa has been given
do shit.
Yeah, South Africa and Zimbabwe have been given independence, and they destroyed everything that was built for them.
Pretty much.
Some huge reach.
It's not a huge reach. That's a fact.
Europe still has its talents. Europe still overfishes.
As much as they
Europe
could,
still engages in blood, diamonds, and all types of mining.
No, wait. No. So you're saying that white people are responsible for blood diamonds, yet it's black people enslaving other black people to get it out of the ground, right?
Yes, paid by white people.
Oh, no. Okay. So you don't give any responsibility
the consumer market isn't in the U.S.
Wait. Are you saying that the black people doing that have no responsibility?
No, they do have
they
responsibility.
Slaves, of course, in his opinion, they have no. The white man tells them
they do have
everything.
Responsibility. There's heaps of corruption by black people as well. Like black people enslaved each other as well. Like they're not angels. They're just humans.
Like once in a blue fucking book.
Okay, well, white people are just humans too, and we don't all run the world. Only a few people who look white.
They're just humans, but you think they're superior to everyone.
No, you said it's some slaves. No, hold on. I'm arguing against your point. You said, why shouldn't a brown person run New York City? I said, well, why would I as a white person go to Japan and try to rule Japan? You said, well, that's colonization.
Wait. America has never been fully white.
America has been white since 1776, at the very least. It's really.
So what happened to the Native Americans that were there?
Well, they died from diseases. Wait, they died from diseases for the most part because they didn't have immunity to diseases. We didn't understand disease back then. Now, if you want to skip forward,
was it a white country then? Was it just a white country?
Well, it was a white and Native American country because before 1776.
Americans came in?
Before 1776, it was a white and Native American colony, really, because
and even
they made deals with the natives. We made deals. We made deals with the natives. Okay, and so the natives have made deals with us.
Columbus?
Christopher Columbus. Okay, well,
before every any European set foot in Americas, what was it?
Well, we don't actually know when Europeans first came over here. They might have been here a long time ago.
Why can't just we drag it back?
Well, if you want to go back 10,000 years ago, allegedly, that's when they came from Europe. I mean, from Russia or whatever. Right?
Yeah. So why the arbitrary cutoff? What determines?
Okay, so let's go back 30,000. Let's go back a million. Let's go back a million years.
Best thing ever.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you know what? Hold on. You're right.
I think
this was a Velociraptor nation.
Anyone can lead if they have the skills.
Wait, this is a Tyrannosaurus Rex nation at one time, right? So maybe we should just go all the way back there. Do you want to start there?
Sure. Why not?
Exactly, because you're just being absurdist, right?
No, you're
literally mixed with European heritage, trying to argue like, well, what about before the Spanish came? You're literally part Spanish, are you not?
No.
Really? You're 100% Native American?
I'm not even Native American.
Okay, what are you?
I'm Polynesian.
You're Polynesian. 100% Polynesian?
Well, I'm mixed with a bit of Chinese and European.
Okay, so you do have a little European in you. Okay.
Yeah, it's like 1800s.
Is that the only part that you hate of yourself, or?
No, I said white people are qualified to lead.
Okay.
There's no self-hate here.
So I don't know what Polynesian place you're from. Let's pick Tonga. Do you want someone other than a person who's mixed Tongan to rule Tonga?
There's people mixed Tongan who've ruled in Tonga.
Okay, great. But if somebody from Africa, like Zimbabwe, just came and said, "This is my shit now, and you guys have to listen to me, and I'll do whatever I want," you guys would
but
not
that's
like
the thing,
that.
though. Mamdani was elected democratically. He doesn't.
Democracy is fascism. I don't know if you've read philosophy and history and all this stuff, but democracy has never been a real thing. I don't know if you know that, but
wait. So how does that equate to your example of saying, "Oh, this person just comes in and say, hey, all of you listen to me, you motherfuckers"? That's what.
Because that's what's happening right now. Do you think anybody in their right mind wants to be ruled by Mamdani in this country?
That's just your personal opinion. People voted for him.
Yeah, I mean, if you let a
it's a
mentally challenged person
why wouldn't they vote for him?
vote for something, they're going to do something, right? I mean,
of course,
obviously people believe
race that they are.
This is the difference between me and you. I know people actually believe that Trump has their best interests in them. I'm not just gonna say, hey, fuck it, this is old fashioned. Democracy isn't real. America voted him in twice.
Democracy is fascism, though. I mean, this is well known.
So you think Trump shouldn't be in a president?
I'm just saying that I'm not going to pretend that democracy solves problems or something. It's a way that rich people and elites cover up what they're doing and pretend that they're listening to the people when they're not. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, so like Trump.
If you want to keep somebody prisoner, make sure that you show them, that you make them think that they're free and they have a choice. Then you keep them as a prisoner.
Yeah, the big prisoner right now is people focusing on, hey, look at this immigrant. This immigrant is coming to steal from me.
Well, they're not
the billionaires.
They're not sending their best, brother. And look,
they're not sending their best.
They're using migration as a weapon, just they've done all over the world.
They literally have.
Yes, you can look at England for an example. England, the UK has fallen.
U.S. people.
Look. Here's the thing.
Why didn't you guys address the fact that their crime rates are lower than U.S. citizens?
I know people from India, for example. When the British ruled India.
It's another anecdote.
Sure, it's another anecdote, but sure, just take a listen for a second. When the British ruled over India, Indians were doing better on average, right? Now that they have independence, they're selling each other out, quote unquote, because of democracy.
Wait, better on average? They destroyed their manufacturing sector. They just made them go back to growing crops and shit. And also, when the famine happened in the 1800s, a famine happened, and the UK didn't step in to do shit about it. So these people fucking starved for shit. And also,
You think people never starved in history before the British Empire?
No, you you don't know this history. Like this is one of the worst examples you could ever make. Like India was mismanaged. India was the biggest economy in the world.
Well, India wasn't even India didn't even exist before the British Empire either. I mean, obviously,
but their economy was the biggest. Their economy was the biggest. Where was their economy the biggest?
Yeah, but there were a bunch of different kinds of people living amongst each other, Muslims.
Yeah, and
Hindus,
what happened after? What happened after the British left? They weren't even in the top 10, and they were one of the biggest countries in the world. They destroyed the manufacturing industry
because they had a massive amount of corruption after the British left. After the British left, they had a massive amount of corruption, and they still do.
Bro, after the British left, they're back in the top 10 biggest GDPs in the world.
And they're ruled by, that country called Israel, something or another too. So, I mean.
Oh, does that make the U.S. inferior as well if it's ruled by the Israel?
Well, I'm just saying it's not like a one size fit all for the whole thing, is it? Like, well, obviously there's banking interests that rule over countries above the president, right? Everybody knows that.
So this is a huge pivot. Like, how does that make the UK occupation of India any better?
Well, what were we talking about right before that? What were we trying to? What was the point we were trying to hammer down?
Well, no, don't you went. You tried to go to Britain, and like let's keep on that.
Well, I said the people said that they were better off under the British rule than after.
Whose people?
Well, you know what's happening to India now? All the Indians are leaving their hometowns and they're getting replaced by Bangladeshi Muslims and Pakistani Muslims and Indonesian Muslims, and their country is being destroyed by migration, the same that it's happened to Europe as well.
The country is being destroyed by migration.
Yes, it is 100%. If you don't believe me, go talk to a Hindu. Go talk to a Hindu. Go talk to a Hindu Indian and ask them.
Food, all of that stuff.
I gotta check these anecdotes out because none of the facts show these.
Have you been there? Have you been there?
Anecdotes.
Have you been there?
More anecdotes.
Have you?
Did you grow up in India? I don't know every Chinese viewpoint.
Yeah, guess what? China doesn't do migration, do they?
No. Neither does Sweden. Neither does Mongolia.
Neither does Japan.
Russia keeps most of the stuff out of their country.
They have the same problem as America right now.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, almost every group of people doesn't want
ones that are in the shitter right now.
Also, the UK immigration. Like, why does the UK not want immigration from its former colonies?
Well, the UK is under.
We're all British subjects, right?
There and run around.
We're all British subjects for hundreds of years.
Yeah, subjects, not citizens. There's a difference, obviously.
No, they're British subjects. That's why, a lot of them could
not citizens. There's a difference.
Here.
Well, the UK is a very small landmass. Like, if you put any more people than they are there,
he just wants to destroy it because he hates white people. So he wants to see it destroyed.
No, because that's where the wealth of those colonies flowed to. Right, it flowed to the motherland.
Yeah, but the average. Hold on,
they're just going back.
But listen, my family all came. Yeah, my family came from the British Isles, and they had to flee because they warred with the British Empire for 1,000 years, and they got pushed out of their own lands. So don't tell me that white people didn't get oppressed by the British. We all did. There's nothing unique about that. There's nothing unique about that.
Did I say white people weren't oppressed by the British? Did I say that?
Okay, but you're acting like white people themselves didn't have to flee.
Don't argue a straw man. Don't argue a straw man.
Okay, so again, you're saying well, let's go flood, let's go punish the people who live in England because the British Empire did something bad hundreds of years ago. Yeah, absolutely, that's what you're saying.
How is it punishing? It's their land as well.
You're also punishing the immigrants that go there.
They were part of the empire.
They're not a part of it anymore.
Their colonial structures are still intact. Like all of these countries, their second language is English.
I mean, you're speaking English,
just like
right
the French, like the French colonies and stuff. These
so you're a proper Englishman, right? You just want to be a subject of the Queen and kiss her feet and suck her dick.
I mean, did they do that, or do they suck the Queen's dick? Or
I mean, that's pretty much what they had to do if you wanted to survive under the British Empire.
But if you wanted to survive under the British Empire, you had to sit there and get on your knees, which is very,
which is why the Scottish and the Welsh like tried for over 1,000 years to get away from them,
like
and we couldn't do it because they were funded by old money in Central Europe. Of course, nobody wants to talk about that.
And the fact that we had the whole the IRA sit there and get involved, and still they are trapped under the British.
Also, like, do you think?
So now Irish need to get flooded with like Congolese
immigrants in the
people
US
sent to Ireland to punish them by the British Empire for their crimes of being against the British Empire, right?
So is the British like migrating elsewhere to other countries, like the U.S., for example, which is Native American land? Is that
nobody knows who the elites really are? Nobody really knows, but I could tell you this: people of every ethnicity people of every ethnicity have sold their own people out. That's the British model. It's always been that way. White people sold each other out. Africans sold each other out. Polynesians sold each other out. Everybody sold each other out.
Pretty much.
Are you gonna deny that Polynesians didn't sell themselves out to the British Empire?
Are you gonna deny that it's equally as harmful if like people from like the British Isles?
Yeah, but see, you guys always say that it's like white supremacy. You always say, "Oh, white supremacy, man! Everything's white people."
You're saying
like
it's harmful.
We're like the Jews for you guys. You guys
think
like we're like Jews.
You're saying that
right?
it's harmful people go to Britain.
Say what?
Why not vice versa?
I didn't hear what you said.
You say it's harmful that people are moving to the motherland, which is like Britain.
Obviously, yes, it's harming people to send a bunch of people that don't belong there.
White people moving elsewhere across the world.
Right, and as I told you, my ancestors fled the British Empire after fighting them for 1,000 years. Did you guys fight against them for 1,000 years in Polynesia?
I'm asking you to think of the indigenous.
Did you guys fight against them for 1,000 years in Polynesia? Did you guys fight against them for 1,000 years in Polynesia? Yes or no?
What do you mean
and obviously years? You don't. Obviously, you don't live in Polynesia now, so you've obviously immigrated, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you fled. You didn't stay and fight, right?
Fled what?
Right, you fled the economic situation. Your family fled the economic situation in Polynesia.
Instead of staying and fighting for your people, you sat there and fled. You see what I mean? So
no,
really
I came for education.
Oh, so you want to get trained by the white man that you say is like oppressing the entire world?
By the white man.
Who do you think invented the education system worldwide? The Prussians and the English.
Wait, the English? You think? Do you know that like the British were still black like 3,000 years ago?
The British were black?
Did you just say the British were black? I don't think.
Yeah, Europeans had black skin. 3,000
Europeans
years
had black skin. Okay.
Dude,
where's your evidence?
Whole documentary was
they were way
bullshit. Even the British found that it was bullshit. It was one of those DEI fucking like, oh, let's change history.
DEI.
Yes.
DEI.
It's like the DEI version.
I'll tell you this.
Blackwashing
history. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this.
Where information from? I really have.
I'll tell you this. The white people built the pyramids. How do you feel about that?
The white people built Agartha.
White people built the pyramids. Why is that's a huge lie?
Yeah, the mummies have red hair and white skin. Did you know that?
Are Egyptians white?
No, they're Arabic now, but they were once basically red-haired white people.
No,
go Google it right now. Go Google what
white people. Apparently, they just discovered that there was also white.
Also, which country has the most? Which country has the most pyramids?
Native America too.
Which country has the most pyramids?
China. I think it's China.
I think you are right. There was a bunch of them in there.
No, Google it right now. Which country has the most pyramids?
We just
just hold down your home screen button.
Mexico's got a bunch of pyramids.
Okay, like final answer is Sudan has the most pyramids.
Okay, let me see that one. Is it like a mound of dirt that's counted as a pyramid?
Isn't Sudan?
Do you guys know what the Nubians are? Who also ruled Egypt?
It's close to Egypt.
Yeah, there was an upper kingdom and a lower kingdom.
Egyptians were never white.
Came from the Middle East to begin with, anyways.
So. The Egyptians were white, by the way.
No.
All the mummies
white wasn't
were,
even a concept back then. And even then, they had olive skin.
Okay, well, they had the features of Europe.
They had brown
want to put it that way. they had red hair and light skin.
Roman slaves got more.
They look more
luxuries than
similar
we
to
have
me.
today anyways. If you were a Roman slave, they gave you a full bottle of wine every 2 weeks. You got free meal every single day, and all you had to do was just work. That was
Well,
it.
and they assimilated them into citizens eventually. So they eventually all got assimilated. I don't like the Roman Empire either, but I'm
But
just
that's how
saying,
people
like,
survived back
you have to
then.
be
Cities
honest.
weren't
But you have to be
functioning.
honest, though.
Well, think about
I'm
it
not
this
gonna
way: if you had
lie,
a
the
whole
Roman Empire
civilization
was
of
pretty
people
dope.
and no technology to feed your people at that era of time, it is what it is, right? You got to make people work to feed the civilization, or you just don't have your civilization anymore, and everybody dies.
Well, this is what people don't understand is that
So Google says Egyptians had a wide range of like skin tones from olive skin to dark brown. So it had a range, like because it extends from like the Mediterranean down to
but the pharaohs they found in the sarcophaguses have almost all been like light skin, red haired people.
Olive skin can be construed as light skin.
I'm going to bed. Y'all have a good night.
Okay, so I'm looking this up. Sudan has the most pyramids. Let's see here, 200 to 255. Okay, let's see. Where is Sudan at? Let's see. And you're saying it's the Nubian kings, right? Let's see here. Okay, so it's like literally basically part of Egypt because Egypt back then probably did encompass all those things because they had an upper kingdom and a lower kingdom, right? Let's see here.
Nah. Also, like those depictions were like different roles or artistic conventions rather than actual skin color.
Say what now?
I just pasted it.
Okay, but the rules have changed politics, so like they favor those TikTok dancing girls over like actual people just talking about shit, trying to make friends. Doesn't make sense to me, but
no, it's crazy. Like most of TikTok now is like it's like I'll give you an example. Like last night there was this really super liberal person pretending to be like a right wing girl, and she's like trying to bait all these young white guys to come up and say some things, and she was just pretending like, oh yeah, I agree with you, but she was really just trying to like entrap them and get them to say something racist and then say, oh, I want to kick you off now because you're a racist.
Canada, so everything with Trump is like I listen to a lot of Trump speeches, and they'll take like one thing Trump says and they'll completely twist it to their narrative of what they want to think that Trump said. You can just go and listen to Trump's speech. He didn't even talk about Canada in any way. And they'll take the one word he said about Canada, about tariffs or something, and it's like blow it out of proportion. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It's like not one product's been affected by tariffs. Like the only thing tariffs do is
one product.
$1 million companies, which doesn't affect the average citizen anyways. So they got nothing to worry about.
Hey, really
Hi, guys.
Really quick. Hold on. Awesome.
Have you found the Nubians?
Amazing.
Have you found the Nubians?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you found the South Sudan?
Say what now?
Well,
no. Oh yeah, let me read this for you. Okay, so
why can't you unblock me, bro?
Genetic evidence. It says recent DNA studies show a strong genetic link to Near Eastern and Mediterranean populations. But after the Roman period, it became more quote unquote sub-Saharan. So it was only after the Roman Empire that it became sub-Saharan. Now the Nubians, it says there was a mixed reality, and it says that Herodotus in Greece said that they were black skin and woolly hair, and that was about 400 BC-ish, I think. And let's see here. Darker than the Egyptians, the two groups intermarried and lived together for thousands of years. The 25th dynasty, Nubian kings, the Black Pharaohs ruled all of Egypt, further blending the two cultures. So, you do have somewhat of an argument. Like there probably were some like darker skinned
Yeah, it is. It's right next to a fucking desert.
But
they've always had like a wide variety of skin colors.
Sub-Saharan Africans did not really partake in
it's
a lot
gradient.
of Egyptian.
It's a gradient. That's how melanin works.
In the desert better than
That's how melanin works.
We survive in the cold.
There was no country called South Sudan or North
Egypt
Sudan.
wasn't always a desert, though. Egypt wasn't always a desert. The
I'm
climate changed in that area really rapidly in the last 2,000 years, 3,000 years.
Bro, it doesn't matter. It's near the equator. That's where the sun is strongest. It doesn't matter where there's climate change or not. The sun is still the strongest at the equator.
But I'm telling you, there wasn't a desert all the way.
It doesn't have to be a desert.
But that's what you just said. You said that there was a desert there.
No. I'm saying it's because it's where the sun is strong. I'm saying it's a gradient. It goes from lighter skin goes to darker skin. That's what happens to everything. That's why even in Asia, if you go from like the northmost part of China, and you go back to Southeast Asia, it gets progressively darker skinned, and then you have Negroes, and then you have Fijians, and then you have Papua New Guineans who are black.
Then why are people in South America? I mean, in South Africa, black? Because they should be white by your same standard, right?
What do you mean?
They're further away from the equator. They're further from the equator, right?
Yeah, they're lighter skinned.
No,
do you know what the? No, do you know what the? Wait, I'll show you. Search up.
I'm just saying, like, it's a weak. I'm not saying you're totally wrong. I'm just saying it's a weak argument.
And like dark skin too.
It was like biology a weak argument. Like melanin adapts to sun.
Yeah, but
like,
you're acting like
I'm not making this shit up.
Okay, so I guess that's why the penguins in Antarctica have black skin, right?
That's like such a huge pivot. Like,
no, it's not.
You
want to get into that?
Did you know that black penguins don't like white penguins? They'll actually throw them out into the killer.
Yeah, like polar bears have black skin. Like polar bears have black skin, and they live up in the Arctic Circle. So, what do you have to say about that?
This is the dumbest argument ever. Do you know what determines like the coat of like? Also, a lot of polar bears have white skin to blend in with the surroundings better.
They do not have white skin.
No, like white fur and shit.
No, that is the
Polar
reflection
bears.
of the light coming down onto their fur. It is not actually white. That is the reflection of the sun.
I'm saying that many animals camouflage with their environment, right? Because it helps. It's like a selective adaptive advantage for them.
But you said skin color, and I'm telling you that their skin is black. So their skin is jet black. And you said that, obviously, and you're saying the color of a polar bear's skin is jet black.
Where did I say that?
No, I'm saying that the color of a polar bear's skin is jet black, and you said that people near the equator are naturally going to have darker skin. And I'll give you an example of an animal that doesn't have black skin, that has black skin further away from the equator. Because you're trying to argue that, obviously Egypt had darker skinned people because of the equator. But I'm saying that's not necessarily the case. Maybe on a long enough time scale you could argue that, but I mean, we haven't really sat around for 1 million years and like observed the skin
colors we have been here for lots of
humans
time
changing.
That's why Europeans used to be black when they migrated out of Africa.
Well, you're assuming that we migrated.
I'm not assuming.
I think it's more likely that we might. I think it's more likely
right now.
I think it's more.
I dare you to Google it right now.
I think we migrated out of Polynesia, actually, personally, out of Micronesia and places like that.
Oh, cool. I don't care what you think, though. I care what the facts think. Google it right now.
Well, that's not a fact, though.
I mean, you just made up an opinion.
Theory.
Like,
there's
no basis.
No. You're citing an opinion. You're saying out of Africa is a theory.
Right, you're scared to look it up.
I already know the out of Africa thing. It's being challenged currently.
No, I'm not talking about the out of Africa. I'm talking about like the data they found on like people who had dark skin.
Okay, well, wait, you're saying that Europeans was black and shit, and so the whitey colonized them and threw them all out, or something like that. Or are you saying that we evolved?
What is this pivot again? What is this pivot?
So what are you arguing? You're saying that, Europeans used to be black.
Yes.
Okay, so we're not anymore. So what difference does it make?
Yes, because that's how like adaptations to melanin and like UV works.
Okay, wait, OT. How the hell did white people become? How did all of a sudden did the English Revolution just become white people then?
Sorry, what? See, they're just trolling at this point because I fucking coach y'all bitches.
let me ask Google. Let me say it. Let me ask Google. When was we white? When was we black and shit? Hold on 1 second.
See, this is the end. This is the end game of every like conservative to argue with. They start trolling and they get embarrassed.
I'm definitely not getting embarrassed.
It's another W for the day.
Oh, I've
cooked you on Jesus. I've cooked you on.
I'm so glad that you said that. I'm glad that you think that you're getting a W right now. I love it. I hope you.
I know. This is when it starts. When you start trolling, that's when it starts.
Okay, so I typed into Google. I said, "When was Europeans black and shit?" Let's see what they say.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating question that actually hits on some real history and genetics. Even the black label used today doesn't perfectly fit how people lived 10,000 years ago. So the original Europeans, a long time ago, roughly 10,000, 7,000 years ago, these Western hunter-gatherers typically had a combination of dark to black skin, dark curly hair, and interestingly, blue eyes. Wow. Why did they change?
Like that.
Say what now?
He didn't like that.
He left? Oh,
yeah.
Why did he leave? He's about to get another win. I mean, it's saying here that we used to be black. So I mean, maybe he's right. I don't know. I still think that would be kind of cool. I mean, every white person wants to be black anyway. So I mean, what's the big deal? We all want to be LeBron James. So
yeah,
we can start joining them on saying the words.
I want to join maybe I should just join the NAACP because like I could say I was once colored, but now I'm not. But you got to treat me as if I was because I once was. So.
Hey, can you like unblock me? Don't be scared. SVSJ.
Why you want to see my titties so bad? Why
you scared?
Because you
blocked me ages ago. I remember you
sound like
little bitch.
Wow.
Unblock me because I gotta share a lot of sources.
It's because you're on a power trip, OT. And
power trip. Yes,
yeah.
I have a power trip when I face dumb people like this guy.
No, it's just so hard for you to admit that you're wrong for once. Like it's okay.
Where was I wrong? Where was I wrong?
But he's actually been reading.
Where was I wrong?
You've just been thinking of everything that you can think of off the top of your head.
I'm just thinking of like why is he blocking me? Is he scared? See, he's quiet now.
Because it's a feature on TikTok.
You won't be quiet long enough to let anybody talk.
Yeah, pussy.
No, I said you're right. I said you're right. I said it says here that 7 to 10,000 years ago he was black, allegedly.
I knew.
And I said, so what? So what?
I knew it.
Look, it says right here, it says the standard image of a prehistoric European
melanin
was a fair-skinned caveman.
Is related to UV rays. Right.
Well, again, allegedly, because I don't. This is probably being. Hold on.
Is related to climate.
This is probably being perpetuated by the British Royal Society, which has been known to like fabricate evidence. So again, you want to use the white man's quote unquote science, and I don't.
Oh no, I just use educated people's science. I have white.
You sound like a white supremacist right now.
I'm
sound like a white supremacist.
I'm not a race hater. I think white people are qualified. Like you keep trying to argue these random like straw man's like. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't argue another straw man. Keep it to the point. And unblock me.
Why do you want to be unblocked so bad? What are you so worried about?
Because I love to troll people that are like really dumb. I love to tell them like with facts and actual sources how they're wrong. It gives me high, honestly. Like I think like you're really, really dumb.
I think you are high right now.
I think you want to see the sources of like crime amongst like immigrants versus
here's the thing is you don't even understand. Listen, here's what you don't understand. I was doing an internal critique of your position. I wasn't even making a positive claim. That's what you don't understand. You're offended because I was literally arguing within your own framework.
I'm not offended.
You are,
want you to
because you're
understand the
saying that
facts.
I'm being racist when I'm literally using your own logic against you, and that's what you don't
Not
understand.
logic. My logic was, hey, get this source. Look at what the source says. And the source says that you're lying, that these people are just coming in, they're criminals. They're just sending the worst.
Well, again, your whole argument was
that was your
why,
opinion, right?
No, it wasn't. The whole argument you're making is why shouldn't a brown person rule over America? And you said, well, America wasn't white. And then you got into the timelines of like, well, technically, see, here's the thing.
Like people in
here's the thing. Wait, here's the thing.
Live like people in Venezuela?
Wait, here's the thing.
Look at you jumping around, so scared.
No, here's the point. Here's the point of what you're saying.
Pathetic.
You won't even let me get a point across. Here's the point.
I'm not going to let you sidetrack.
You've already sidetracked the conversation way into this, and now you're blaming me that I'm responding to all your points. And I'm explaining to you how we got to this point, and it was because you said that Mom Donnie, why shouldn't we have a brown person rule? And I said, well,
no,
we were white.
That was way after the immigration.
No. And listen, and here's the point. You just said that we were once black, so we're anyway. So you just destroyed your own argument. At the end of the whole argument, like at the end of everything, you just destroyed your own argument.
Tell me how that happened.
You've really owned yourself, because now we're all brown anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh,
right.
This argument hits so hard if you're dumb. Oh.
Yeah, I think you're just so smart for me. That's why I need to keep you blocked.
Yo, SVS.
Does society still think you're black, or are you white now? If society,
bro, why the fuck are we still fucking name calling at 3:30 in the fucking morning, dude? What part of respectful do we not understand, big dog?
No brainer. Your guy thinks like sub-Saharan Africans are low IQ. Shut the fuck up.
All right, bro.
Like the racist bitches.
Don't tell me to shut the fuck up, bro. Look, bro. All right, dude. Leave on your own then, bro. Be a dumbass, bro. I was trying to make it so then your bitch ass could still stay up here, but you want to be a dumbass and insult everybody, so now your bitch ass can lose your freedom of speech, because I'm not letting your ass back up again either, bro.
That was really funny. He's saying that I never said sub-Saharan Africans have like the super lowest IQ, although it probably is a fact, quote unquote, since he wants to go to facts, that it is pretty low. But again, it's like that was never like a primary part of my argument. I cooked y'all enough. I mean, it was kind of entertaining, honestly, but he just kept
it's all good. Watch this. Look. Oh.
Uh-oh. He don't want to play with that no more.
He's gone.
Yeah, y'all can continue a civilized debate now. Holy fuck, dude.
It was kind of fun for like 30 minutes, but after that, it's gotten kind of like out of control. I told him though at the beginning, I was like, it's just going to be a big ego thing for him, where it's like it's just getting into nonsense. Like again, like it's like he's talking about the Cheddar Man. So like they found this guy named Cheddar Man. I'm looking it up now because I heard about it before, but it's like, okay, so a long time ago there was like a black person with blue eyes in England or something. It's like, okay, if we just take that as at face value, so what? I mean, like, people migrated all throughout history, but now we have like a giant global economy with like science and weapons and everything like that. It's like that's what I was trying to get across to them, is like, so does that mean that people just have to migrate forever like hunter-gatherers when we don't have the ability to live as hunter-gatherers anymore? I mean, it's just an absurd argument. We can't, I mean, if we want to do that, that's one thing, but you can't have it both ways. You can't have all this technology and education and all this stuff and then say, well, we have to live like hunter-gatherers from 500 years ago or 500,000 years ago or whatever. It's like, you know, we don't really know what was going on before like a few thousand years ago. So, you know, it's kind of a moot point ultimately, right?
Yeah.
So I just don't understand what he's trying to get at. Like, I've actually thought about this stuff quite a lot, so it's not like I'm trying to be a dick about it, but it's like, he acts like it's like he's like owning a racist. It's like he's literally using racist arguments to make his points. Like, well, why shouldn't a brown person control New York City? It's like, okay, well, why shouldn't a white person be the emperor of Japan tomorrow? I mean, you know, like anything's possible, but why is it happening is the question, right? Like, is it happening because everyone in America is like, you know what? We just really need a guy from Uganda who's actually Indian.
It's not gonna be any different if we went to Russia and did the same thing. They're white people over there, but they're not gonna welcome us with open arms. They changing their politics either.
Exactly. They don't. And here's the thing: is Russia's more diverse than America. Like people don't even realize. Like the USSR had like a huge amount of diversity, and Russia still does have a huge amount of diversity, and it causes a lot of problems for them. You know, like that's why Russia is still like relatively a smaller economy than a lot of other places because they don't really have cohesion. You know what I'm saying? Like the British model did create cohesion.
Didn't come out of nowhere. All the people that are from Ukraine fled from Russia all the way back in the day, so they're just attacking Russia from the past, pretty much.
Yeah, and the thing with Ukraine is like Ukraine was like a very complicated history. If you want to go back in time, it's like it's not a very easy thing to like understand. Like, I mean, some people have told me that they saw me, Mr. Mustache, as like a liberator because they felt oppressed by the Bolsheviks and stuff like this. So, like, I'm not saying that's true. That's just what I've been told. So, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of different perspectives on
the
stuff like this. You know?
Ukraine got the label for being bad in the first place is because there was the Azov, how do you pronounce it? The Azov group?
Yeah, the Azov or whatever. Yeah,
they pretty much went in through towns and slaughtered a bunch of people that weren't white. And they pretty much just labeled Ukraine, so that's why Russia even attacked them in the first place.
But yeah, and that's the thing is like people don't really understand that there's like a huge amount of stuff going on because again, this is why I mentioned India, which again he didn't understand is like, look, you know, there's a lot of brown people in India, but there's a big difference between them because the Muslims and the Hindus have been warring with each other for a long fucking time. They don't get along. You know what I'm saying? So. Like, yeah, and that's why there wasn't an India because these people were like fighting over who should rule what and who should do this. And, you know, they have like dark Hinduism, they have light Hinduism. It's not, you know, it's not all one thing. You know, they have different tribes, everything. So it's only the British that united them.
The Antifa, they all, you know how that Antifa side, right? What they believe is they think that Hitler and all that, or I guess the side, I have to say painter, that painter is like a good guy, or they think that he's like a good guy, but he literally said himself that if you mix cultures, everybody's gonna eventually war. It's like, think about it this way: if the things that we do on like kind of the same in an aspect, like most of us watch the same humor and kind of things, but then you look at a brown person and they're gonna find things a little bit funny, different in humor in a way. And you start mixing that stuff, and it just starts to piss people off, unfortunately.
Well, it's like this. Like, have you guys ever seen? You guys know who Mr. Bean is? You ever seen Mr. Bean? Okay, so Mr. Bean was like a weird comedy guy, right? Like he did a very weird comedy, but because it was physical, like I've been to a foreign country and like they have Mr. Bean playing, right? And everybody can laugh at Mr. Bean because it's just he's doing awkward things. Now, for a British person, it's more funny because he's trying to be polite when he doesn't want to be polite in a very particular social situation that only a British person's fully going to understand, right? Now, I probably have some British blood in me and Scottish blood and stuff like this. And even me as an American, like I have a different perspective on it. Like I see it more as a physical thing than like a societal thing, right? So you see what I'm saying? Like three people can watch the same thing and get a slightly different thing on it. Now, if you look at Mr. Bean, yeah, if you look at Mr. Bean, he did a lot of other shows before that and after that too. He did the show called Black Adder, and so there's a show called Black Adder, and it's about like British aristocracy throughout all of history in England. And so the first episode is like basically it's about Macbeth essentially. And so, you know, to anybody who's not British or hasn't read Macbeth or Shakespeare or understands British history, they would be extremely bored watching that because it's basically like a a humor that only somebody who's like into literature would understand, right?
Yeah,
Now, does that mean that I'm better than somebody else because I understand it and they don't? No. It just means I'm going to have a different appreciation for it than the other person who's from another country and barely speaks English, right?
Yeah,
So
we just like different things than they do, and just in a general, like even video games. Like I used to play a lot of video games when I was growing up, and they're not the same as they used to be.
yeah, like I can't even play video games anymore because they're just like, it's just like all a transaction, and then it's like all like cheating and personality arguing, and it's like I used to sit around with like my whole family playing video games. Now it's like a loner in a room, like, you know, gooning with the porn and playing games at the same time or whatever. I'm not even judging it. I'm just saying like it's very different, right? So like, what was a
They don't base it
gamer?
off of things that are story wise anymore. They're going off of like this, like, see, they over sexualize it, I guess, now, and compared to like, but they also put weird shit in it too. I don't like.
Well, they make it like your identity. Like when I was a kid, everybody played video games, but we never like identified as a gamer, right? Like we're like, we play video games, we ride our bike, we play with our toys, we do imagination, we go to school, we do sports. Like we did a lot of things, right? We went on the internet, right? We sent emails to people, right? So, you know, but we didn't like make it our identity to say like, oh, I'm a gamer now. Like my whole life is gaming and like I need to like be the best at Fortnite or a competitive player or whatever. Like,
yeah, they generalize everything now. See, I was a bit of both. Me in high school, I hung out with all the sports kids, and then I hung out with all the stoners and all that shit. And then once I started hanging out with the stoners, I put a label on myself, and then went that direction. So I was the way that, because it's just the way movies and things, the way they generalize people to believe certain things now, and they don't realize that when the rules change all of our shit, they're starting to really impact everybody else's fucking future, unfortunately.
yeah, well, it's kind of like the whole gender thing, and like he wanted to go on about like gender and race and these things, and again, like he has a point, but it's like, look, you know, yeah, somebody can be black or white or Hispanic or this or that, or it's like a woman with a dick or whatever. Like it's fine, but like ultimately, like what's like, how is that serving anybody? Like, you know, there used to be gay people or, you know, people who wanted to dress like a woman for sex or something. Like that stuff has always existed, right? Like, but it didn't have to be like their entire identity, right? Like you could do that in private and still be like a person who, you know, did other things outside of that. You see what I'm saying? Like now it has to be like your entire identity.
Actually, with weed, before weed was legal in Canada, people would kind of more be discreet about it, right? So now people started labeling. now it's like this: if you walk into a pot shop, people are gonna know that you're smoking weed instead of you get it from a dealer and nobody knows about it.
Well, that's one of the reasons I quit, is because like I used to be very undercover about it and like just keep it to myself. I didn't want people to know. And then like the whole culture got so blown up where it's like, oh, everybody's got to do it and you got to be open about it and blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, like it just kind of like ruined the scene. You know what I mean? Like it's not cool anymore, right? Like like when I see like 80-year-old grandma, you know, lighting up a blunt, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just not the same as, you know what I mean? It's just not the same as like what I saw it as, you know, at a certain point where it's like, you know, you're an individual, like on your own journey, right? Like I didn't need everybody to know like I'm super stolen, you know, out in public or something, you know.
Like me, I'll drive like that, like I guess that one of those giant loaders every single like heavy equipment. I'm stoned as fucking shit every single day, but most people they couldn't do that. So
right, but no, but this thing is like some people can function with it and other people can't, right? And that's just the part of the thing is like I don't want it to be open because there's a lot of people who shouldn't be smoking it at work. But then a lot of people I went to work with, like we were all super stoned and we did really good, like really good quality work. You know what I mean? Like honestly, we did. You know.
See, that's where it compares to all the race stuff. Is if generalizing something over one action can affects everybody. Unfortunately.
Well, that's why I always push back on these people where they're like, oh, like white people need to feel bad about something happened a long time ago because people look like you or something. It's like, that's just a really evil way to look at things. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like if you let people do that, then you can make that argument for anything. Then there's no, like, literally they're using racism to end racism. And I'm like, look, you're literally justifying racism and then like pretending that you're not, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the problem.
They're actually bringing us back steps that we fixed way back in the day. Like pretty much Lincoln almost fixed all of that shit. And then they just completely turned us back in that exact direction.
Well, Europeans like slaughtered each other over this stuff for a long time, and it's like we get no credit for it. You know, like I grew up in the South, and like I never like grew up thinking like, oh, the South should have won because of slavery. No, I was thinking like the South should have won because we shouldn't be ruled over by a tyrannical government that just wants to like tax you to death and like use you know, the industrial state against rural farming people, right? Like the average person in the South did not have anything to do with slavery whatsoever, but they just pretend like everybody in the South was a.
What they did was the liberal politics is actually what the Confederate politics were back in the day, and
exactly,
and the Republican politics were the Lincoln politics, because the Confederates wanted slaves, right? Which means cheap labor and believing they can give food and resources and housing for sanctuary, which is literally liberal politics today.
Exactly. No, that's right. Well, and here's the thing is like most people in the South, they didn't like slavery because it undercut their wages and they couldn't make an existence out of it, right? Because you had all these aristocrats coming in and buying up all the land and then creating plantations. And the white people are like, we don't want to work on that. So they're like, okay, fine, we'll replace you with a bunch of slaves. And that's not what America was. America was never like that before. America was like a homesteading, rural existence where people had their own stuff and their own families and stuff, right? Kind of like how Amish do, right? And so, but then the industrial and the aristocrats from Europe came over here and kind of messed that up for everybody. And then the North was trying to industrialize. And honestly, like a lot of the Southerners were tricked into fighting this war supposedly over trade and slavery, but ultimately it was to I think it was to bring everybody under, you know, a tyrannical government at the end of it, personally. So like that's why like I think that, you know, people should really look at history, because I think the British were heavily involved in orchestrating the Civil War, because they were still mad about Americans becoming free of the British, you know. That's my personal opinion.
That the politics affected Canada. We were still, I think, under English Revolution at that point, and then once Lincoln overthrew, made everything kind of normal, then the Canada's like, well, we can do that too, and just burned all the English down and sent them home.
Well, and this is the thing is people forget about the French and Indian War, and the French and Indian War was basically a proxy war with the British, right? And so people forget that came before the Revolutionary War of America, right? And so like it was because the French and Indian War that Americans were so pissed off at the British. We're like, dude, like we went and fought you guys away, you know, because I can't remember all the details, but if you look up the details of like the French and Indian War, it was a very terrible, very, very terrible war that America had to deal with, you know.
Well, don't forget, what a lot of people don't realize is when we first landed on English, like what landed on like Americas, is the natives were actually coming out of the bushes and killing our people, like.
Well, some of them were, and some of them were making deals with us, right? And I think
we were already trading with them before we got here, right? They didn't even have. They were trading us furs, and we were giving them bricks, iron, like all these great things that they needed, that they weren't able to. Like, think about it this way: they couldn't actually access the resources on the land until we brought stuff for them. So they would still be living in the dark ages if we actually didn't bring them all of these nice things that they needed.
They were definitely slaughtering each other and stuff like that. And again, people say that like, you know, white people slaughter the natives, but I think really that didn't really happen until after the Civil War for the most part. Like most of it before that, I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure like most of the deaths before the Civil War were due to like disease and like just general warfare, and after like negotiations had broken down, because a lot of the like if you look at in Virginia and like Pennsylvania and places like this, there was a lot of alliances made with the Native Americans. But then as we went west, the different tribes didn't really want to deal with us. And I think it's like personally, I think that America should not have went and like slaughtered all these natives on their land, but why did they do that? They did it for industrial expansion due to the railroad and stuff like that. So that's the real reason why.
I did learn though in the natives what they were really like. They were kind of like sacrificing babies and stuff, and most.
Yeah, I mean they had some. They definitely had some weird stuff going on for sure.
Yeah, and what they would do is they would mix like drugs together, and that's kind of what they would do.
Yeah, but there's a lot of different ones. Like there's a lot of different tribes. Like I think some of them were definitely harsher than others. Like,
well, see, that's the ones that were on our. Think about it this way: the ones that were actually trading us the furs to make their lives better, those are the ones that are integrated in society, right? And the ones that stayed in the dark ages are the ones that just refused to trade with us. And,
like here's the thing: is like a lot of my family is definitely Native American. Like some of my family is like super dark skin, dark hair. Like they literally look Native American, right? But like if you look at me, I don't look like that. But I do have people like that in my family. And nobody ever looked down on them or said like, "Oh, you guys are mixed," or you know what I'm saying? Like
natives fought with everybody when they wanted to.
Exactly.
It's like when a country wants to become a country, there are two sides of people who are going to fight. The bigger threat.
Yeah, because nobody wanted to be under the British Empire. Everybody hated living under the British Empire, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, and even the Americans. And I think a lot of Americans were upset they got tricked by the British to go fight against the French and the Indians. Because the French and the Indians were very brutal to fight against. You know what I mean? Like they're very, very.
Yeah, that's true. The French were, I've heard, the worst. They were like gonna gas everybody. They were just like the Nazi Germany, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean the French were brutal people, and the Spanish were the worst, honestly. And that's what's kind of funny is like everybody says, well, what about Columbus? It's like Columbus and Cortez and these people were like totally brutal and here's the thing is. I don't want to make it about capitalism, but a lot of what they were doing was just like they were like had this plunder and pillage mentality, right? And I'm just saying, like, it's not the same as like the English and the French and the German. Like we had our problems, but generally speaking, we don't just like come up and just like destroy everything and burn everything down. Like, I mean,
think about it. Did you actually know that the German side, the Republican German side, they didn't like. Because obviously there was still two sides of Nazis. There was like the ones that that just wanted to destroy everything, and then there was the sides that if you were German, they would give you everything pretty much, and they just had to be Germany. That's how they even got overthrew everything in the first place, unfortunately, because Hitler changed like all of his politics pretty much after he became president, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I don't remember all the details, but it's a very complicated thing. Like for example, like I mean, it was because of people like me, Mr. Mustache, that Israel even exists today, right? Like he literally helped them set it up. So I'm just saying, like
they kicked out all the Jews, and they actually kicked out more Germans than Jews after all that too. So like everybody got affected out of that war.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a very simple thing, and I'm just always offended that people like want to I think it's a tragedy. Everybody says like, oh, me, Mr. Mustache is the worst person in history, and yeah, he honestly was an evil person, but war will make evil people. Like, you know what I mean? And like World War I was a totally evil situation, right?
That's why it's funny that all the libtards support Hitler, because Hitler would have I keep saying that, like I got the painter, he would have like literally unalived everybody that wasn't like pretty much pro-Republican. So they wouldn't have liked anything that they support today, because he didn't like people protesting into the streets and causing problems.
Well, here's the thing: is most German people weren't against him for a very good reason. Now people don't want to hear that, but the good reason is that like what the people did to the German people after World War I, and even before World War I, was like horrible. Like they had undermined the German people for like 100 years straight. And this is kind of what Nietzsche was kind of like writing about to some degree, right? Like, like they were doing horrible things to Germany, like they eroded their culture. They basically were like demoralizing them, turning them into like, like cogs in a machine, essentially. And then they built up all these weapon stores and made all these treaties. And then, I think World War One was totally orchestrated.
Yeah, they abused after World War One. They abused Germans to pretty much to the point where they broke. Yeah, they gave them nothing. They were almost living like a Soviet kind of like.
Yeah, they were living horribly, and they did horrible things to women and children. And it's really, really bad. And so that's the thing is, people just say, well, he was just a really bad, evil person. It's like, yeah, but you don't, people always forget like what happened for 100 years before to the German people. Like they did horrible things.
So that's why Germans are the best friends now, and they don't. If we go to war with Russia or China, the Germany will die with us now.
Well, now like half the population's Indian, but yeah.
Well, I have some German friends, and they're. I think they're not gonna put up with that shit.
Well, see, here's my thing with Russia is like I don't think the Bolshevik revolution in Russia ever ended. I think Russia's still a Bolshevik nation. I think they just pretended to fall apart and pretended to become whatever. Like I think Russia's 100% still a Bolshevik country, in my opinion. Like I think Russia's more of a danger than China, personally. Like I think Russia's extremely dangerous.
They could be a danger. Well, because one of them just could get drunk one day and push a button instead of.
Well, I don't think China's going to do that, because I'll tell you why. Because China's like a nation of people. Like they're a race. They're an actual race of people, right? Like I don't think that they're
way too much to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think China's going to do something stupid. Personally, I think everybody's like saying that, but they're dependent on us. If they stop doing business with America, they will have nothing, right? Like they cannot exist without America.
I started watching some Chinese movies because I was curious, and in every single Chinese movie, they believe that America is like their savior. Like in every single movie, when their government gets overthrown in a movie, they use the Americans as the ones, like when the Neuro shows up, like it's always American troops that show up.
There's definitely Chinese people that hate America, but I think there's very few. Like it's not a lot. Like most of them like would love to live here because it's just way nicer. Like if it's just not like China's a very difficult place to live. Like it's just a lot of pressure socially, economically. The food is like expensive, like it's not clean. You know what I mean? Like, there's exceptions, but
minimum wage in China is only, I think it was like $4 or $5 or something.
It's really not good. Like it's really bad. Yeah, and like I've been to China one time, and I can tell you, like it's a great place to visit. It's not a place that you'd want to live unless you really like had a very particular good setup there. Like I would live there if I had like really good connections, but if you don't have really good connections, you just can't do it. It's just too hard because the money is really hard to get. The clean food is hard to get. Like you can't just wander around. Like you can't just go wherever you want there. Like it's not even in a bad way. It's like, see, like a lot of people think that it's bad to be like fat, like the way that they control people and stuff. But like here's the thing. Like, I'll give you an example. Okay. If you get hit by a car, people will rather kill you. Unalive you rather than get you help. Because if you live, they have to pay for everything, all the damage that they did to you, and they have to pay your family and like all this other stuff, right? Or if somebody's fighting or somebody's like, doing something bad, people won't intervene because you might get in trouble for trying to like intervene. You understand what I'm saying? So those little things that you don't think about, kind of warp how people act, right?
Apparently in China, if you go ask anybody for a ride, like to drive somewhere, the chances of them saying yes to compared to here is apparently a lot higher. People just randomly drive you somewhere if they're going that way.
Say that again.
That's how people used to be here. It's only the recent politics that have turned turned the small town algorithm against everybody, unfortunately.
Worst in the I think America's becoming very communist in the worst sense of the word, for sure.
Yeah, that's why. Well, right now they pissed off Trump. Carney pissed off Trump, so now apparently they're trying to trade with China more. Not looking forward to that. I've been seeing too much Chinese products. And
so let me ask you a question. Do you ever get the sense that like that the British still control England? I mean, the British still control Canada?
No, I think that's all gone now because they're pretty much the kings and the queens. It seems like.
But what I mean is like, well, actually, I have a different way to put it. What is your opinion on Catholicism?
Which part of it?
Like, do you what's your opinion of it?
I'm not like I'm not sure what the word is. Like, give me another.
Like Catholic, are you a Catholic or?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm an atheist.
Okay. Did you grow up Christian though?
I think my family is Catholic. I think.
Okay.
I never went to the churches or nothing.
Most Catholics are atheists, so in my opinion.
Yeah,
But,
I actually.
I think it goes down generations. That's why.
I grew up in a very Catholic family, and it was a very different experience. It was just very strict on what I could and couldn't believe in.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
So
very strict.
So, I don't hate Catholics. I've known a lot of good Catholics. I've known a lot of good Catholic people. So this isn't like a personal attack on like Catholics. But like America was kind of founded on like not being Catholic, right? Like we're kind of like anti-Catholic, right? In a lot of ways, I think. And I think it's because there's a lot of corruption in the church. And, obviously a lot of Christianity has been corrupt, even Protestant. So I'm not like saying that we're immune to that, but definitely I think like my impression of what's going on is like you have like the British Empire that was doing all this stuff, and I kind of think that they were controlled by banking interest personally. Doesn't mean that they didn't have any responsibility for it, but my main point is that like it seems like it's the Catholics that's really pushing for like immigration, and they're really pushing for like all these kind of like.
Well, see, that's their liberal politics for you. Unfortunately, I'm the most like I don't know much about Catholic stuff, but anybody that I know that is Catholic supports liberal policies. So
really, know that. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because like I don't want to generalize too much because like there is a lot of like right-leaning Catholics and obviously like Fuentes and stuff like that. But like my general sense of it is like they're kind of doing this kind of like thing in America where they're like go back to like traditional Christianity. I kind of lean Orthodox, which is kind of like pre-Catholic. But at the same time, like I see it as kind of like a Trojan horse for like Catholic stuff because the Catholics, again, I'm not talking about the people individually, but like their brand of Christianity is very woke in a sense because if you look at the way that worldly power, right, and they say like,
I've walked into like a Christian church, and I walked into a Catholic church once, and you probably wouldn't even notice the difference. And I walked. I'm not. See, that's why I don't follow religion because either way they'll say the same exact.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
So
yeah, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like almost all churches at this point in time totally corrupt for sure.
Well, see, the reason why churches used to be good was because they would support the community instead of themselves. So like the church would usually fund the roads and things around it to get there, but now they're so self-secluded, or they don't sell. Like I've noticed some American churches are smart. They'll sell T-shirts and actually things that are important, like or food, or like they'll sell things, like, but now churches don't. They expect donations, right? But if church can sustain itself, then why would you need to ask for donations as much, right? So then the donations make the church look bad at that point.
Well, I agree. Well, I kind of agree. I've always thought that like the donation model, it's not that it's bad, but it's kind of like, well, if everybody in the church was like protecting kind of health, right? And we grew up Baptist, which Baptist has their own problems, right? But because really the Baptists are kind of like they're kind of like a crypto Catholic thing in a way. But anyways, that's a long story. But my point is that, you know, like growing up, I was always like, well, if everybody's the same type of Christian, we have the same heritage, more or less, we have the same culture, like shouldn't the same type of helping each other make lots of money and like grow our families financially, like control our police and control our own mayor and control our own county and our own state. See what I'm saying? Like, but it's never like a whole state. So go to work and, you know, let your boss tell you what to do, and you just give us money so we can come here and, you know, feel good about ourselves for an hour every week. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt kind of hollow, right? And I figured
churches used to be involved in all the sports and all those events and stuff and bring people
exactly
together, right? But now I've noticed in Canada, when nobody's done church the stuff anymore, there's no community. Like the community is so spread off now. Like
and I think and I think public school used to work, but again, this is one of the reasons why, like, I'm not really like, I don't really hate immigrants or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, like, you get all these different people with different cultures, you put them into a public school system, which is basically just like a free daycare. They don't have to pay for it. They don't have to like get involved in it. So, you know, like, I think parents should have to be involved in the school. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you just drop them off at daycare and you don't care what your kids are doing and you're just worried about making a paycheck, I mean, that's not really a community, like you said. You know what I mean? And there's just no responsibility. It's like everybody's just like, I don't want to deal with it. It's not my responsibility. I have no power. Like, it just, you know, I have no power. Thing, like, when it's hard to raise kids as a couple. It's so much harder as a single parent, right? And then you have all these people, single parent households, and they send their kids to school and they have like no discipline. Households, and they send their kids to school and they have like no discipline, like, especially to like say no. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, and I didn't really have a dad around, but I was pretty like, it just pretty like, I kind of knew where I can push and where I couldn't push, right? But a lot of these kids without a dad, like, they just don't know when to say, like, they just don't know when to stop. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have someone to tell them.
I came from a divorced parents, and my dad was really strict, but then my mom would let me do whatever I want. So
yep.
I ended up actually going to my dad's house more, because my dad would be more focused on work and jobs and actual life skills, while my mom was like I would just sit there and play video games all day, so I wasn't really learning nothing.
Yeah, and I'm not even but, you know, when it comes to like teaching kids how to navigate certain things in life, like you have to have a dad around. You know what I mean? Like, I think people have just pretended like
well, yeah, the mom
you don't need that. You know,
whatever they want. Unfortunately, it's the mom instinct.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and it's not a bad instinct, but it's like, it has to be.
And in politics.
Yep, exactly. And that's being used against everybody. You know, that's the problem. And if you say that, people say, oh, that's sexist. It's like, no, I'm not going to pretend like a woman is exactly the same as a man. That's disrespectful to women. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Well, that's why, like, a woman could run a business just as well as a man could. But if, like, think of it this way: if you put a woman that's never done landscaping before in charge of done gardening, and he has no business experience, he'll probably be able to run the company.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, it's like this. Like, the hardest part of business is telling people no. Up and do what you're told to do. Like, that's not easy to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even as a man, it's not easy to do. And as a woman, it's basically impossible. You know what I mean?
That's why men need women though, because usually we'll get out of a little bit out of line, and the woman will stop it. No, because usually we'll get out of a little bit out of line, and the woman will stop it.
Exactly.
Like, I'll definitely beat somebody up over things. So it's smart to me.
It's kind of how it was. Like everybody would be like super high testosterone, like soft and stuff, and then we go home, and people are all pissed off. And then the wives and shit would be there, and everybody's like, "All right, everybody, chill out, stop drinking, you know, cool it down, you know."
Yeah.
Sassy, what did I just tell you, Sassy? Don't wake her up right now. Leave her alone.
No, I'm not waking her up. I'm reading a message. I'm not waking
y'all
her
love
up.
Veronica.
I'm definitely not waking her
Yeah,
up.
I'll send her everything. Don't trip. I have everything.
No, I'm not waking her up.
I just got this right now as we were watching another video. Somebody just sent it right this second. So I haven't heard it. There's 3 more videos. I haven't heard them. We'll listen to them. But I just feel like she ain't slept, bro. I feel bad for her, bro.
No, she hasn't.
She told me, and I'm like, just go to sleep. I was like, I'm gonna try to catch her live tomorrow. And I've been missing. She's been supporting the fuck out of me, and I ain't been there for. I need to get to you guys live, man. I need to figure out. I told her at least get a set time so I can
Someone
be
just
there.
messaged me and said that's.
That's gonna piss me off. All right, good.
Exactly. And Savannah even told her ass, stay the fuck out of it. This has nothing to do with you. I've dropped it with Lou. Lou's dropped it with me. I don't have no problems with Savannah whatsoever.
We staying together.
I can be in a panel
I
with
thought they
her
were talking about
and have a
Veronica for
cordial.
a second. I'm like,
I have no animosity. I have nothing towards her.
I fuck with Sky
Okay,
too.
so again, this woman inserted herself in shit that she had nothing to do.
Woman, bro, fuck ladies. Andre, you the same fucking cuck simp motherfucking male that fucking thinks women don't have a place to fucking speak.
According to you, according to
shut the fuck up. Me, bitch.
broke ass that owns that. Where's your dad? Pay off your debt.
Me, bitch. Me.
Pay off your debt.
You couldn't live in the state I live in because you don't fucking make
Pay
it.
off your
Shut the
debt.
fuck
Pay
up.
off your debt. Pay off your debt.
Don't got that, bitch.
You got that. You got that. You got a mortgage.
Oh, you know me? You
the
know me?
mortgage is sitting on your neck right now.
You know me?
Who's you? You know you have mortgage.
I'm your daddy.
You know you have
Well,
debt.
why is
I'm
your
your
voice
daddy.
shaking? Why is your voice shaking? Why?
Because he's scared. Because he's fucking scared. He's a sick little bitch. He's a sick little bitch that can't handle when a woman is fucking smarter than him. You got nothing intelligent to say. Just fucking say it.
And you own that. You own that.
And you own that. Good comeback there, buddy. Good comeback.
Yeah, because you can't confront it. That's it. You own that.
I'm confronting you. I'm confronting your weak ass.
Confronting me? I'm just showing it to your face here.
You're talking about debt and a
He's
mortgage
about to-
just
sounds like
because
he's
you
about
live
to
in
cry.
grandma's basement. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I don't got debt. Grandma's put me up. Yeah. She cooked me hot pockets every night. Sometimes I get that special Totino's fucking pizza pocket shit.
It's something specific about New York niggas.
All I'm gonna say, hoes, pay your moms. They need the money.
Bro, enunciate. No one can understand
need
you.
the cash. They need the payout. So
Well,
hoes,
look at-
pay your
look
moms.
at his
Hold
name,
on, I got
Patty.
you, Faith.
Look at his name. It says a lot. Real quick, you guys, we're so close to 100K. If you guys can just please tap the screen, share the live. You can give your daily heartbeats if you haven't already. If you like what you're hearing from the panelists, please go ahead and gift your panelists. And if you don't, it's for you to tap. Thank you.
You can take me off the screen, big screen. I'm in a 3,000 square foot house. I'm good, bruh. I'm good.
It's always the New York niggas.
I'm early retired. I'm good, bruh. I'm good.
I live in a grass shack in Hawaii, so yeah.
I'd rather have
Everybody
that.
wants to see.
I'd rather have the
Everybody
Hawaii
wants to see Donald
setup
Trump.
than here. I'd rather have the Hawaii setup than here.
That's Donald Trump.
About a quarter mile from the beach.
You
I
like
don't
that,
know what
Andre?
it is
That's the
in New
president.
York water, but y'all New York dudes is just so detached from life.
It's upstate. He upstate.
Oh, he upstate. Okay.
He Albany.
Okay.
He up
Gotcha.
in Albany.
Yeah, he around.
I've
He
been
around
up there.
them New York Triple K members. Got it.
He total whitewashed. He total whitewashed.
Because blue state is Triple K. Yeah, that makes
I don't have
sense.
no Triple K members. I don't have no Triple K members in my city. We don't play that shit here. I'm in Virginia.
Wait, but you're in a blue state. So are you saying you want to be Triple K?
No, because somebody said that NY is Triple K. It's not a red state unless there's
Nobody said that.
No, that's not what was said.
Are you really over 18? Are you really over 18?
I am 27.
Hey, watch your mouth.
98.
Watch your mouth, Andre. Watch your mouth.
Do something. Do something, dumbass.
Oh my God.
He's not over 27. No, look, even for MAGA,
Even for MAGA, I still need my.
This is a child. That's a
Literally
child.
a child.
We have other people who are requesting. We're good.
Yeah, if you guys could drop me, I'm going to bed.
I got
It was
you.
a pleasure. I missed hanging out with you guys. And
No, it's just the fact that you want to sit there and say.
Yeah, no, it's not the same bill.
That's right.
You're reading something
Trump,
wrong.
Hey, minivan. Hey, minivan. I got a question for you. But he won't do it.
He put it
Hey,
in the
minivan. I got a question for you.
Too many voices. What?
I got a question for you, minivan. Who's Lincoln Riley? Who's Lincoln Riley?
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, that's the problem. You don't even fucking know who she is.
Thank you,
There was an
Adrian.
entire law passed about her. You don't even know who she is. Thank you.
Whoops about to get your ass.
Yeah, thank you.
Was
Sir.
that some kind of gotcha or something? Can you give me a little bit more context?
No, they
I'm a little
can care
confused here.
You don't know who Lincoln Riley is, though, for real?
That was just one individual that happened to
One too
done
many.
something bad to.
One
But
too
it
many.
wasn't-
What if that was
it
your
wasn't
daughter?
just
What if that
one.
was your daughter? What if that was your daughter? Your
It wasn't just one
Yeah, hold
girl
on.
that
What if that was your
passed
daughter?
away from.
What if that was
It
your
was
daughter?
more
Your
than
mom?
one.
Yeah.
I
That's
made
one
a
too.
Technology, their food, and their traditions here. And if they want to impose laws for those things, they're going to have to contend with the American people that are already here. Insert Shira law. People are trying, there are Muslims that are trying to implement Shira law here. That is their customs, and it is completely incompatible with the West.
That just happens. I haven't seen.
No, you have to
I'm
integrate
sorry.
Christianity.
No, it's not just Christianity. It's secular.
No, that's what our nation was founded on, is Christianity.
It was, yes.
You
I
have to
do agree.
conform to us, not the other way around.
Well, no. Who's us?
The American Constitution.
Europeans.
Who's us?
Europeans.
No, the American Constitution.
Well, listen,
one nation
Europeans-
under God.
Europeans.
Indivisible.
No, you don't own this country.
We own the Constitution,
No, you-
which this
no, you
nation was
don't.
founded on.
We conquered
No,
it. You don't own it.
I'm
All
telling
men
you,
are-
if you
all
try
men are
to
create,
if you do not conform to the Christian,
is it true all men are created equal?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but
You have
still,
to-
the Europeans
not
still
worried
conquered
about
this
the
nation.
religion, but we are founded on Christianity.
No.
Yes, we.
If
Yes, we
you
are.
can
How come
practice-
you-
I'm gonna say this. Can I'm you- gonna say this. can hold you- on, hold on. Let me say this. I always keep hearing, and I love everybody. Don't get me wrong when I say this bullshit. Every white person I say keeps saying this is our country. This is our country.
No,
Can you
that's
trace your
not what
lineage
I'm
back-
saying.
Hold on. Can you trace your lineage back to anybody that signed that Constitution? If you can't trace your lineage back to anybody that signed that Constitution, you are an immigrant just like anybody else.
One
in this damn
nation
country.
under God,
Well,
indivisible.
they designed it as a Christian nation for Europeans to live in. That's what they designed it for.
But you guys
The Bill
are
of
doing
Rights, the right to bear arms,
on the
freedom of
notion
speech
that-
was a God-given right.
Hold on, I need to ask you guys a question. Is American white?
Well,
Is
white's
being
not a real
American
thing.
white?
White's not a
No,
real
it's
thing.
not-
It's
it's not.
that's something
It's
made up
not.
by
Shut
elites
up.
to divide
It's not.
people and
It's not.
conquer them.
Brother,
It's not.
that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking them, is being American white?
No,
No.
The fuck does that mean?
it's not, because even
Just
the
answer
founders.
the question. Is
Who
it
are you
white,
asking?
yes or no? It's a yes
If
or
you
no
look
question.
at the photo
No.
of the signing of the Bill of Rights,
Scotty, I'm asking them.
Is being American white?
Yes.
That's fucking ignorant as hell, man.
What the fuck? I'm asking you a question, dude. I'm asking you, is American white?
Well, I'm an American. I'm not white.
Okay, then you just fucked everything up. Good job.
I don't want to say it.
Go ahead, sorry.
Can I interject something?
Go ahead.
I hear a lot of white people up here talking about this is a Christian nation. I'm gonna ask you a question. For all you so-called white Christians, right? How many commandments?
Why are you so racist?
How many commandments are there?
There's 10.
And one of them is thou shalt not what? Steal. This is not a Christian nation.
Well, see, if you understood the history,
how do you explain that?
Let me explain. Let me explain. America wasn't stolen.
Hold up. You claim to be
Thou shalt not kill.
You claim
Thou shalt not kill.
You claim to be a Christian. You claim
thou shalt not unalive.
You claim to be a
So black
Christian.
people never
Hey,
unalive people before.
I'm not going to talk.
didn't do it to
I'm not
steal a
going to
whole
talk. I'm not
country.
going to talk over you. And don't try to skip the subject of what I'm talking about. You claim that this country was founded on Christianity when you know damn well it wasn't. Because if it was, then you wouldn't be here.
Well, if you want to,
hey, I'm talking. One of God's commandments is, "Thou shalt not steal." Period. Point blank. There's no in between any of that.
can I explain to you?
Hey, sir, you can't explain anything to me. This country was founded on bigotry and racism. Period. That's what it was built on. That's what its foundation was. And for the Italian guy that claimed that he was Italian up here, I want you to go, and anybody that's Irish up here, I want you to go do your research into the 1920s.
Because they were Catholic, not because they were Italian.
Hey, sir, I'm talking. I know history. I'm talking, sir. You guys come up here on these panels, you just say shit out
You don't
your
know
mouth.
history. You're just saying shit out of your mouth right now.
You guys come over here.
No, he's not.
and
Hold
say-
on, let him finish.
You
Let
guys
him
come over
finish.
here and say stuff on these panels out your mouth, and you have no idea what you're talking about. You won't go check history. And then the damn history that you go check, you will deny it when you see it. What I'm trying to say to you is this. These people that call themselves Italian and these people that call themselves Irish, between 1911 and the early 1920s, y'all were called the N-word. And then what ended up happening, y'all ended up assimilating with the other criminals that came over here from European nations. That is a fact. And then you have nerve enough.
We created a life for ourselves and stop being
I'm
victims.
not, sir, I'm not done. I'm not disrespecting you. And then you have the audacity to say that Irish people were enslaved. No, you weren't. You were never enslaved. You were indentured servants. And I land my plane on that, host, and you can go ahead and drop me down.
So did Africans ever enslave each other in Africa?
No.
Yes, they did.
We never got two horses and a mule.
He just completely made himself not credible by saying that.
Well, I'm going to tell you why he's credible. Do you know that Italians were part of the largest lynchings in America in one day?
So no, they made their own community.
In New Orleans, they were considered the N-word so much that 11 of them were lynched at one time in New
I'm a
Orleans.
ginger.
Did you know that?
I'm a ginger, and I lived through that.
Did you know that?
Let me explain the problem with your argument, Trillion.
I'm asking you, did you know that? Because there were only two types of people that.
Sir. Now, when you were saying that we sold each other into slavery, not true. We are a tribal people, sir. There's a difference.
Exactly. Everybody.
Sir. There's a difference between
Europeans had.
There's a difference between there's a difference between being tribal and being sold into slavery. We did not sell one another in slavery. And what I noticed is that
tribes, I've always done that, by the way.
Sir, I'm talking. What I noticed about a lot of you white people, you have the same exact talking points. And let me tell you,
you're literally using elite white people talking points.
Hey, sir, I'm talking. You have all the same talking points. And let me tell you why. See, this is the problem with you guys. You have no empathy. You have no sympathy. You have no mercy. You have no grace. And the reason why you don't have any of these things is because all of it has been socialized out of you over a period of time. But see, every time you say some racist shit, you already expect that black people are going to forgive you for the shit that you say out your mouth. But see, this is the deal. In the age of Trump, them days are over and we're pushing back, and you might end up with your teeth hanging out your damn mouth. So you need to dispense with this bullshit and go read some books and really be honest with yourself and really go read some books. The population of white people all over the world is in decline, and you can't fix that. You can't fix it. At some point in time, there are not going to be any of you on the earth. You know how many black people they are on the earth? 1.5 billion. That's just on the continent of Africa. I'm not even talking about the ones that we're scattered all over the place. Go check your history. Go check your history instead of coming up here just talking a whole bunch of nonsense.
We are the original people.
You're not the original people. You're not the original nothing.
A bunch of nonsense.
You're not the original nothing. You're not the original nothing.
No, this is the host. I'm saying we.
Oh, yes, we are. Civilization began in Africa. People. You're right, host. You're right. You're exactly 100% right.
What does that matter?
It matters a lot.
So you're saying you're the Aryan race?
What? Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with no. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go even further. I'm gonna go even further. Since you don't know your history, when the Bible was being, be quiet. No, this is for you so-called. This is for you so-called Christians that don't know anything about history. When the Bible was being written, there was not one white person on the earth. Not one. You cannot go to any Bible and show me one white person. Not one. First of all, there's no such thing as whiteness, genetically speaking or biologically speaking. So go check your history instead of following this bullshit that was good.
You can't show me a name in the Bible named Tommy, Jerry, nothing, no shit like that.
Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. None of that. And look, they even proved my point. Y'all went to Egypt. We were kings and queens. And what do y'all do to the pyramids and some of the pharaohs? Y'all went and shaved their noses off. They try to hide our history from us. They try to hide our history. We know who we are. And we're coming into who we really are. And y'all can't take it.
Why are you yelling right now?
I'm not yelling, sir. This is my compassion. And that's another white trope right there. That's another one your racist trope. Now you're trying to control.
You're literally falling for conspiracy theories.
Hey, sir.
Can you let somebody else speak?
It's not a conspiracy.
I think I just got a violation.
Hold on. I just got a violation. They saying Jazzy misinformation. Oh, come on, man.
It is
Jazzy.
misinformation.
Jazzy.
Dude.
No, it's not Jazzy. Jazzy, drop down. Come on back up.
Okay, brother. Go ahead, drop me down.
It is misinformation. I can prove it right now.
Hey, before
show me in the Bible where it's Tom
they don't care. They just want to.
Before Jazzy comes back, y'all better get y'all's words out because he ain't gonna let nobody else speak.
I'm not claiming that, Willie.
Show me in the Bible where that's at then.
I'm
Well, he
not
just wait.
claiming
Hold on,
that.
hold on.
Any of those
He,
names.
no, hold on. He
I'm
just
not
said a bunch of
claiming that,
racist.
dude.
He just said a bunch of racist stuff, saying
No,
black
he
people are
didn't.
superior to white people.
You
Yes,
guys
he
just
did.
hate to hear the truth, man. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. So he can say black people are superior to white people, but if white people say it is bad, that's stupid. That is what he's saying. If you listen to what he's saying, that's exactly what he said.
No, he didn't say.
They don't
No,
have
he
to
That is
hear it
100%
because
what
they
he
think that they
said.
can't be
No,
racist.
he did. He.
So
If
he's
you look
he's
at
espousing
history
some
and look
Nation
at
of
science,
Islam,
if you look at
Yaqub.
history and look at
He's talking
science,
about all right. So
everything
Nation
comes
of
from the
Islam,
black race.
Yaqubian Scientology is correct. Is that what you're saying?
If you look at history and look at science, everything
So you believe
comes
in
from the
Yaqub?
black. No, everything comes from the black race. White can't create black. Black creates.
Do you know who
any
made
other
that
race.
up? A bunch of rich white elite Royal Society people. made
Where
that
do
up.
white people come from?
Why does
Nobody
that
knows
matter?
because we
The
were
Caucasus Mountains. The
no we were
Caucasus Mountains.
we
The
were
Caucasus Mountains.
no we were
matter?
hunter gatherers. We were roaming people. We didn't have
You
a
was cavemen. You was cavemen. That's
Hold
what you
on.
was.
Can I
so
ask
what?
you
Even if we
why
were,
that
even if we
matters?
were, who cares? What difference
So
would it
where were the first humans? Where were
It
they?
doesn't
Where
matter.
did they live?
Even if it,
matter?
but it doesn't
Where
even
did they
matter.
live?
Why does that matter?
Well,
I'm
the only
asking a
people.
question. Where
You
did
know
the
who said
first
that? The
humans live?
Royal Society of the Royal Society of History said that. A bunch
So
of rich white, a
where
bunch
did
of
the
rich
first
white, psychopathic, inbred people who ruled over the British Islands for 1,000 years said that.
where did
Who
the
cares?
first humans? Where did the first?
Why do you
humans come
believe a
from?
bunch
Why
of
does that
inbred
matter?
cavemen?
You know
So
what?
where did
You're
the
taking
first
the
humans
word.
come
You're
from,
taking the
sir?
word of a bunch of rich white men over
I'm asking you a
other poor
question.
people.
Where did the first humans come from? Where did they live?
Nobody knows.
All right, Papa Bear.
How far back you want to go back? 2 million years? 1 million
Hey,
years?
hey,
No,
I
we-
wouldn't.
Excuse me, Papa Bear.
Look,
So
yeah.
nobody's embarrassed that the only YT people is like 5%. They came
Hold
from
on.
caves and they not have been around this long, but they done took over and conquered every damn thing. For real?
So why do you hate us so much if
Don't
we're so
understand.
insignificant and so bad and so evil?
Who hates
You
us?
are evil. Everything you touch, you destroy.
Oh my God, that's
Really?
Bear.
So how did Europe get
Hold on.
destroyed twice?
Hold on, Papa Bear. How long did
Well-
Jazzy talk for?
Jazzy was talking for a
Too
minute.
damn long.
I would
45
like as
minutes.
long as he had to talk.
He was talking for a minute, but
I would like to talk as long
Well,
as
you're white. You're not allowed. You're a
but
second class citizen.
the point is that even though he was talking TikTok, I don't know, it tends to not really, who's ever controlling this doesn't
The
want history
Democrats
being really
control
talked about.
TikTok, dude.
No, they don't. It's the
Yes, they
fucking
do.
Jews. Say it how it is. It's the Jews. The Jews control TikTok.
Okay.
That's why you can't
Democrats-
say anything about Israel.
That's who run y'all.
Go make posts about Israel. Go
That's
make
who run
comments
y'all.
about Israel, and your live will get shit will taken down.
But see,
you
if
know
that's
what?
true,
Because
wait,
right
hold on.
now you
Don't
are
even
a
say it on my
to the
live.
Jews.
Don't even say it on my live. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Exactly,
country on
because
my
you know
live.
it's true. That's
Well,
why
I
you're
would
so
like as
scared
long
of them.
as
And this is
if
what's
you
you
want
so
It
many
ain't about
pussy
being
ass
scared. It's
Americans.
just, I want to. It's not about being
So
scared.
many
I wanna-
pussy ass
I wanna be
Americans
able-
that are
I want to be able to keep being able to talk about certain shit that's going on. I don't want to talk about that country.
So you
I've
want to
never
obey
been
the
to that
masters?
country.
So you want to obey the
I'm not-
masters then?
No, I'm not obeying shit.
you're just gonna comply, right? You're just
No.
gonna comply. So
No, I'm not
tomorrow, if
complying
the
to-
Jews like, okay,
Look, to not be able to not have to talk about it on here and not complying is two different things. I'm not agreeing with what the fuck is going on over there and what the fuck is going on here.
But see,
combined.
this the
I
thing
can't
is though,
talk
is you
about that.
guys say that
That's-
we're the
I'm
same.
not dealing with that.
All right, you're saying that we're the same as those people, and we're not.
If I want to do that, I gotta have.
You're blaming us for their crimes, though.
I've already said
Because
if
you
I'm going to
support
talk
them.
about that.
Can
No,
you
we
guys?
don't.
Can you guys
something
answer-
intellectual.
Can you guys answer this
I'm
The,
question?
gonna
the white
talk
people,
about that,
the
I've
white
gotta
people
have
fought.
a
The white
podcast.
people fought
You
for
can't
freedom.
do it on here.
White
Can you
people
guys
fought for
answer
their
this
freedom
question
for
for me?
thousands of years.
Why was they trying to snatch that sign out of the congressman's hand last night when he said black men is not apes. Why YT people was trying to snatch that out of his hand?
I don't even know what you're talking about, but again,
you know what I'm talking about at the State of the Union last night.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
He had a sign saying black people are not apes.
Who did? Who had a sign?
Why did white people try to snatch it out?
Who
of his
had
hand?
a sign?
What's his name? He from Texas.
Green.
He from
Congressman
Texas.
Al Green.
Yeah, Al Green.
Okay. Let me bring that
Al
up.
Green's
I
a
got
Democrat.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
what I said. He a Democrat. Why was the white men trying to snatch that sign out of his hand?
Well, Democrats are the
Can I
actual
say
racist
something that's
people.
intellectual really quickly?
Let's bring it up. There we go. There it is right there. There it is right there. They
not
put
really
him
an
out
appropriate
because he
place
had
to
a
do
sign
that.
up. He had a sign, but Lauren Boebert and whatever Green and Boebert were out there talking they shit all the hell that they wanted to, screaming and shouting, but nobody put their ass out.
You're grasping at straws, man.
Nobody put them out.
You're grasping.
I'm
everyone's
grasping at straws.
here.
No, it's good for y'all to do it, but it's not good for us to do it. That's what it is.
What
Well,
are you?
when they do it,
You guys only make it racial when it's convenient, though. You make everything about race when it's convenient.
All right.
No, you guys trying to use that reverse word
What race do
racism
you
because
guys
you've been
think I
racist
am?
all your life.
Let me ask you this.
You guys are literally
What
being
are-
racist right
what
now
are
and, telling,
you
and
able to
lecturing me
accomplish?
about
No,
it.
we're not.
It's funny.
No, we're not. No,
What
we're
are
not.
white
We're just
people able
speaking
to
what
accomplish
it
that
is.
you can't?
We're speaking to what it is. Look, hold on.
What are you
There's
able to
92
accomplish
people
that we
there-
can't?
Hold on. There's 92 people watching this live. Let's tap it up. Let's share. Let's follow. Let's go. Keep it going.
All right. Are you guys familiar with Maoism?
Please elaborate.
Maoism.
Oh man.
Why would you mute him when he's trying to explain something that nobody
He's
else
not-
could?
he's
Because he's subhuman to them. He
on
thinks they're
teacup.
subhuman.
He was
He's
trying
white.
to articulate something. And
White
you
people
muted
are
it.
subhuman to them. That's what they think. They
I'm
think
not
we're
even
subhuman.
white. I am not
Hold on.
even
I
white.
didn't mute him. So I want to hear what he's talking about. So go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay.
He said he's
What
not
the
a white
fuck?
boy.
He's muting himself.
God, dude.
I'm not muting you.
What is your nationality?
So
Hold on. It's because I'm Hispanic.
But you've been talking like you was. Oh man.
Wait,
Well,
what? Wait,
I have bad news for you
finish
guys.
that
All black
sentence.
people in
Hold
America
on.
are mixed with white, though.
Hold on. Finish
So are
that
Hispanic.
sentence right now.
Compost, just finish your
stupid.
thought before you get muted
No,
again.
hold on. Shane, finish that sentence, Shane. How have I been talking?
I mean, I don't know.
Please finish what you were about to say.
Yo, go ahead and say what you got to
Somebody
say,
talk
man.
before
All right.
Desi comes back.
All right, hold on. Let me read this first. It's going to look like I'm muting, but I just want to make sure that I'm going to get this right. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't teacup. Teacup. But Shane, you were saying that he was talking like he was what?
Yeah, like he was YT.
White
That's
is not a
racist.
real thing, though. White is not even a real thing.
That's
White's
very
made up.
racist.
Like he
of
was
you to say.
Caucasian then.
They
Well,
all
that's
come to
another
this
main
country.
thing.
They all come
Okay,
to this
as I was
country
saying-
and
hold
act
on,
like that.
Hold on. As I was
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah, all people who look
Maoism-
alike act alike. Is that what you're saying? You really want to make that argument?
Yes,
That
yes,
sounds-
yes,
Okay. So all black people act a certain way, right?
yes.
Wow, that's racist.
Okay.
Oh shit.
all right. As I was
All right.
saying,
Anyway,
Nobody else
hold
gets
on.
to talk now.
I'm
It's
about
over.
to speak. All right.
You know what?
Maoism
You know
is a
what?
form of communism that has to do with the government making people think that they're victims in
Hey,
order.
sir,
for them
we don't care
to
nothing about none of that foolishness that you're putting down. We don't care about nothing about none of that.
Jazzy, why don't you shut the fuck up for a second and maybe
I
learn
want to know
something?
when the white people get
Hold
We
on,
don't, we don't
hold on,
care
hold
nothing
on, hold
Why
on.
don't you
about
mute
that.
Jazzy?
is talking
And see,
right now.
this is the
Told
problem.
y'all,
This
when he
is the
comes
problem.
back, ain't nobody gonna speak.
This is the problem. A bunch of you white guys up here, y'all are just mediocre. You're
What?
mediocre.
I'm not even.
Hold on, Jazzy.
You're crybabies. You're crybabies.
Jazzy, you're the one crying right now.
You're crybaby. Hey, look, man. Hey, look, dude. I done spent 20 years in the military. I'm almost 70
Right.
years
You
old.
work for the man. So now you got to tell us how to be a part of the man.
I am far away from being a crybaby.
Stop crying.
But see, this is the deal.
So you work for the man. Now you're trying to talk down to us who didn't work for the man.
Jazzy, shut up and let him make a point. Crybaby.
Shit, he gonna make a point all day.
This white privilege got you guys.
Oh my God, you're such a victim, and you're serving
we can't even have a conversation with people like you.
I think you're Jewish, honestly. I think you might be Jewish.
You're the one we can't have a conversation with because you won't shut the fuck up.
You're still talking.
Why somebody have to shut the fuck up because of you?
You know why you're still talking? The reason why you're still talking is because you know what the truth is. You just don't want to hear it. And I don't.
I'm still talking because you don't shut up.
Why did you work for the man, Jazzy? Why did you work for the man in the military? Why did you work for the man?
Finish my fucking thought.
Hey, sir. You know what? You can say anything you want to say. You're not going to throw me off of my thought process. And see, I already know what you're trying to do is derail the conversation.
White man bad, black man good.
Okay, can I ask y'all this question? Because my father went to the military. He was born in 1910. He went and fought for this United States. When he got back to America, he had to put his head down when a white woman walked by him or he'd get hung. Did y'all people have to go through that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Really? What did the Jewish people have to do when the Nazis came for them?
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave this alone because trying to talk to these guys or have a conversation, it's no use to try to talk to these people.
What did the Irish have to do when they want?
Sir, can you hear me talking? Can you hear me talking, sir?
I got interrupted.
Hey, sir.
Completely.
You interrupted.
Hey, one at a time.
Sir.
One at a time.
No, he interrupted the person next to me on the right.
This is the deal. This is the deal. This nation was built on criminality. 73% of all crime committed.
So you joined the military to go be a part of the criminality.
73% of all crime committed in the United States.
So you joined the military to be a part of the criminality worldwide, right?
73% of all crime committed in the United States is committed by white T men. 57%.
It's a white country, of course.
Of all SAN children is committed by white T men. You people are taking your own people out, and then you run around here talking about somebody replacing.
But every country they went to, they caused chaos. Every country white man went to, they caused chaos.
Ain't no black man.
Well, let me ask him a question.
I'm talking. Ain't no black man nowhere dropped no atomic weapons on nobody. Ain't no black man went to no other nations and tried to take shit that didn't belong to them.
Well, to quote Nietzsche, out of chaos comes order.
Ain't no black man
to quote Nietzsche, out of chaos comes order.
Ain't no black man
out of chaos comes order.
Ever unalive children. Ain't no
out of chaos comes order.
Let me ask him a question, man. The guy next to you. Who did you vote for, man?
I didn't vote this time, and honestly, if I did vote,
why didn't you vote?
I would have voted for Kamala. Listen, I would have voted for Kamala out of spite.
Her name is not Kamala, and see, there you've been disrespectful. Her name is not Kamala. If you can say the word comma, her name is Kamala. Kamala.
So
her name is not that's a racist trope. Her name is not Kamala. Her name is Kamala.
So why didn't you vote?
He gone.
Can I talk now?
Hey, Hope. Hey, I want to appreciate you, man, for bringing me up here. But one thing I promise you all, I'm always going to do. I'm not going to disrespect your life, and I'm not going to bring false information. If I say something that's incorrect and somebody can correct me, I have no problem standing and being corrected.
Okay, can I correct you?
Okay, well, what's going on?
I'll have to correct you right now, sir.
Sir, if you can correct me, you can. But when you come at me, make sure you have the facts and you can prove the words that are coming out your mouth. Other than that, it's a mute point.
All right. I agree completely and utterly.
See, I'm not going to sit in this live and play these fucking games with you.
Okay.
So if you want
I'm
to,
not
if you want
playing
to play,
games.
if you want to play, you need to go find somebody else to play with, because I'm not your fucking toy.
Okay.
This is TikTok. Why is he so serious?
I don't know, dude. Like, he's so aggressive.
It don't matter that it's TikTok. There's other people listening. That's the problem. And when you teach one, you can reach one, and then another one and another one. That's why I don't want to be saying anything that's incorrect or that's not true.
Okay.
Say it.
I agree. You shouldn't say things that are incorrect.
What did he say incorrect that you said you want to correct him on?
Everything, honestly.
Man, shut up.
Well, give an example. Give just one. What did he say that was incorrect?
He said that black people didn't trade each other as slaves.
I never
did not say that.
And what I said was we did not enslave one another. That's what I said. You're not even listening to the conversation,
You guys did.
or even hearing your own self.
You did. They did.
I did not.
No, they did.
What I said was, is that we are tribal on the continent of
What
Africa.
does that matter? Why does that matter?
It matters a whole lot. There's a difference between slavery and see, this is the deal.
Okay, hold on.
What
Okay,
y'all
hold
don't
on.
understand.
Let's say one tribe kills another tribe, and they
no. There has
women
never been
and
any slavery on the earth like chattel slavery. And you know what chattel slavery is? It means that I own you, and everything that you own and everything that you will ever own belongs to me. That's what chattel slavery is about. So go look that shit up. It was an institution. It was an institution. That's what it was.
And chattel slavery, the manifest on ships, people weren't people, they were property.
Thank you.
I'm not.
You know, you guys come
There
up
were
with
no
these
names.
that.
There were
Y'all
no
talking-
names attached. And also,
I'm not arguing
hold
that.
on. No, hold on. What you were trying to say earlier. So, what happened is tribes that took people prisoner, okay? Prisoner. They took people prisoner. Those would be the ones that they would sell into slavery that were from other tribes that they had taken prisoner.
So they're trading people as slaves.
Hey, sir, this is what I'm saying to you, sir.
Oh, you're trying to be obtuse.
Sir,
Okay.
Hey, sir, the kind of
It's not
slavery that
obtuse.
you're talking, hey, sir.
You just
Sir,
literally
we
described
did, sir.
trading as
Sir,
trading slaves.
Sir,
no,
sir,
no.
what you call slavery, I'm telling you, is tribal, and they didn't. It wasn't the kind of slavery that was committed.
Slavery,
sir, hey, sir, let me ask you a question. As far as the Europeans, right? Who ended slavery first? Chattel slavery first. Who ended it first?
Christians.
No.
Yes.
The British. They ended it first.
What religion?
And America wanted to continue with this shit because they knew it was wrong.
What religion were the British?
Hey, sir, you keep coming back to religion, and I just explained to you the commandments. One of the commandments in the Bible is "Thou shalt not steal."
Okay.
Every commandment in the Bible, every commandment, and this is for you people call yourself Christian. All you white people have broke every commandment in the Bible.
Why are you so racist?
You
man?
have broke every commandment.
What is his race, man? He say, why do we steal so much? What is your race, dude?
Christians of the time used the Bible to justify slavery.
I'm a Mexican.
Oh, matter of fact, sir.
Them cartels you guys got, you talking about why we steal so much?
Hey, sir,
you better shut that shit up.
Hey, sir, I don't even know if you know this. Slavery was sanctioned by the Catholic Church. It was sanctioned by the Catholic Church in 1450.
Why we steal so much and these goddamn cartels over there doing each other up? Man, you better shut that shit up.
Is that amazing?
You know what, hey, brother? Man, these people think that we don't know
what they do.
These guys, they come up here, they say all kinds of shit, and they don't understand.
Christianity was used to justify it.
No, it wasn't.
Correct.
It was used to
they don't understand that we read books and we know our history and we're understanding things. Matter of fact, the very internet that you're on, black people invented it.
No, they didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, they didn't.
The phone that you talking on, we invented it. The voice over IP, we invented. Matter of fact, the lady that came up with voice over IP is a black woman, and she's still living.
Dude, go eat you a burrito and put some peppers in it and shut the fuck up.
That's very racist.
The United States aircraft carriers that we have was designed by a black woman, but she didn't get any credit.
That's very racist.
No, it's very factual, sir.
You guys are so racist that you're blind to it. It's fucking crazy.
Well, if we were racist, listen, if black people could be racist, Donald Trump wouldn't be president. He'd be in jail.
Yes, sir, for sure.
So we can't be racist because we don't have the power. We don't have the power.
Correlation, sir.
I'm telling you, we don't have the power.
Logically explain how that correlates.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, we don't have the power to prosecute anyone or make up any laws that are discriminatory. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's why they ended affirmative action, because it was deemed unconstitutional.
What are you talking about?
Hey, dude, affirmative action never done anything for black people. DEI never done anything for black people. It helped a white woman. What you're talking about is mythical, my dude. It is mythical. What? And matter of fact, everything, you know what? The reason why y'all hate us so much, I don't give a damn what it is. If we're exposed to it, we'll beat you. Sir, be quiet. We'll beat you in everything.
Hold on. Who is
you know why? You know why you don't see Olympic swimmers, black Olympic swimmers? Because during the 50s and 60s, you guys didn't want us swimming in the public pools. You filled all of them up with cement. I can just go on and on and on.
And also the presidency itself is an example of racism that black people can't do. There is no way that a black man can have 34 felonies and become president of the United States.
And not only that, all the presidents of the United, damn near all the founding fathers, right? You know what they got in common with Donald Trump? All of them was fucking criminals.
Yeah.
Yes. They had to break the law in order to free this country from British rule.
This country is so racist that
I agree. These people are racist.
Sit there and elect the worst human criminal piece of shit that's a white man before they would sit there and vote in.
Wow, you're racist.
The best,
Why does his skin color matter?
The best credentials of a black person, and that is the fucking truth. And you know what? I'm not black. I'm not in that picture, but I'm as white as that picture.
And you know what, dude? I'm talking to the mediocre white men. You know what? I feel sorry for you guys. You know why? Because y'all think all this shit is funny.
I'm not even white, dude.
All you white dudes in the chat and all you white dudes on these apps, I feel sorry for y'all. And I'm going to tell you why.
Why do you keep forgetting that I'm not white? I'm going to tell you why I feel
for you. See, you think just because you got all these weapons that you can't be beat. What you going to do when people like Trump, when they come for your ass?
So
what you going to do? What you going to do when they come for you? They already fucking locking up.
They're already doing it. They're already doing it. Yeah, people already at the fuck around, find out stage. There is a Latina congresswoman. There's a video of her dancing with a Trump MAGA hat on and doing Trump's dick dance and all happy in a video. The next video is her crying her eyes out and yelling about Trump because her son, who's not from the United States and was doing everything he was supposed to and was getting his paperwork done, he got grabbed by ICE. All of a sudden, she had a problem with it. She's not the first one. There's another guy, his wife.
Did they bring him back? Hold on. Did they bring him back? Did they bring him back?
No, they haven't. They haven't. He's still locked up.
Could you show me proof?
Still locked up.
Hold on. Could you show me proof?
Ain't nobody showing you shit.
I don't do your homework for you.
What's his name?
Ain't nobody showing you shit.
What is his name?
You can Google what I wrote. You can Google what I said. It'll come up.
What is
It'll come up.
Ain't nobody showing
It'll come up.
So
you're fair enough to know his name.
And then check this out. All these
fair enough to know his name.
These detention centers that they trying to build, right? They supposed to be detention centers. But what these people are trying to do
y'all full of
is
shit, make black people
reinstitute
look bad.
slavery and have these people working.
Get your whole ass out of here.
Hey, host,
No,
go
not
ahead and
you.
drop me down. I
Just
got to
you.
get some work done. But thanks for bringing me up.
So I wanted to ask him a question. Are you said you were Hispanic, right, sir?
Who?
Are you about to call me a race traitor?
No, I'm finna ask you a question. You said you're Hispanic, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and you support Donald Trump and ICE and stuff, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what? Are you Mexican or Cuban?
I'm Hispanic.
Okay. If you seen another Hispanic that is your nationality and he was undocumented, would you turn him in?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
He's gone.
What do you do?
Dang.
Where'd he go?
He left. You scared him. Definitely.
You know, all these fuckers out here would have turned in Anne Frank.
For damn sure. They'd have turned in leader of the Underground Railroad.
Hey, Chad. I just want to say I'm Mexican and Native American, and I don't claim that guy. I don't know where that guy was coming from, but hey, I don't claim him.
Well, I'm with you on that.
There's another guy crying in a video about he voted for Trump 3 times. His wife has been here. His wife has been here legally for like 20 years, and they've come and picked her up. And now he's railing against Trump. It's like, so you didn't think did you think that your wife's skin was whiter than it was? Did you really think that this would not possibly include her? Or did you only think it would include the people you wanted it to, and you didn't really give a flying fuck, and now you do?
That's what it was. Right there. That's
because all the people thinking, oh, this isn't going to affect me. You didn't give a shit when you voted what would happen to anybody else.
No. And you know what else? Donald Trump has made essay in this country attractive. A lot of these men are attracted
They're
Donald
sitting
Trump.
there defending it. They're defending the stuff that is listed in the fucking e-files. I didn't think I would hear those words, including defending PDF files. Yep, here we are.
You wanted to go outside. Cooper, come on.
Things have changed.
Listen, when he said he grabbed women by the you know what, and all those men were like, yeah, that's just men's talk and stuff like that. They started making a connection. Listen, this president was allowed to invite a registered offender to the White House.
Yep.
And none of them said a word. Lawrence Taylor assaulted a child in a motel. And Trump put him on a panel for school fitness in the White House.
Yeah, he literally has had 2 war criminals that cannot go to various countries. They'll be arrested, and yet he has invited them, Netanyahu and Putin.
What the hell was that?
But the amount of people that are defending PDF files that I have seen and heard for myself, and they're not trolling, they're being serious. And it's like, oh my God, I knew he gave people permission to be a raging racist like him. I knew he gave people permission to be this and that. I did not quite understand the amount of people he gave permission to be the horrific people they are at their core, that have no issue with SA, no issue with raping children, just no issue, and will find a way to defend him. I didn't think I'd see that.
Well, they're losing the country. You ever seen those shows when the landlord evicts tenants? So before they evict the tenants, they kick holes in the walls and pull out the appliances and flood the apartment. That's what they're doing. They're so mad that they can't hold on to this country anymore. That
That's exactly it. Yes.
Yeah, they're willing to let Donald Trump destroy it.
Yes, exactly. Because it's going to be, I want to say it was going to be like 2051 or 52, but now it's estimated at like maybe 2039 or whatever, that white people will no longer be the majority here. And that's what you're seeing, is you're seeing people fucking rail against it.
Make America great again is just their imagination. It's never going back that way.
That's a dog whistle. That's a dog whistle. That was basically the time period of when he was growing up, and he grew up with a triple K father. Okay. That is what he grew up in, and that's what he wants to go back to. And I swear to God, my husband has said this for years, and I'm like, no, that seems a bit far. He was fucking right. He goes, you do not understand. These same people, they would bring slavery back tomorrow if they could get away with it. And he's right. They would.
Somebody was mentioning in the comment section that Al Green's a nobody. It doesn't matter if Al Green's a nobody. What matters is that he was out there defending the black people. And
he's also not a nobody.
You know, so that's that for you.
He's a congressman. He's a congressman from Texas.
No.
He believes in what he believes, just like anybody else. So anybody saying anything other than do they support him, we already know where you stand.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And I think just to add, Sassy, what you were talking about earlier about the essay and all that, they have desensitized that. This administration has desensitized that. My son's 10 years old, and he knows what the Epstein files are, and he's 10, and that's and you know that's a big, yeah. And so what they're doing is they're desensitizing those words and that action, so that when it comes to Trump being charged with it, people are going to defend him or be like, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? And that's not right.
Well, it's also a desensitization to violence as well.
Right. Exactly.
Because Trump, among other things, is a sadist. What? Am I reading down here? I'm pro-American and black. I still support Republicans, not necessarily Trump. It's a difference. Well, okay, Red. What about the Republicans that support Trump? So what about that?
There's a difference, because Republicans, even the so-called Rhino Republicans, don't seem to be saying anything against what he's doing.
They're not stopping him, and they're supporting him. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
there might be
what?
one or two that are straying away, but there's not enough of them straying away.
If you're supporting them and they're supporting Trump, you're a Trump supporter. I mean, that's just what it is.
Exactly.
Right, but Red, are you? I'm reading that too, but there's a difference. I found out, and I had to vet these people. I had to vet these people too. There's a difference between MAGA and Republicans hate MAGA because there's conservative individuals out there that are Republican that don't support the MAGA movement. So what I've had to do is I've had to vet those people to figure out, okay, and listen to them talk and their points. It's like, okay, you're not MAGA, but you support conservative policies. I get that.
Some of these same people voted for him.
Right.
Even though they say that it was a majority of the Latino community that helped put him in, these same YT conservatives, Rhino Republicans, voted him because they felt like he would be the best choice over an educated black woman who served in probably every
She actually
aspect
was
of
the most
office that you
qualified
could
candidate.
in her state.
Yeah, she was
Right.
the most
She's
qualified
attorney
candidate for
general.
president
She was
we've
a
ever had.
DA, vice president. She's been everything that somebody possibly could be besides a judge. That's the only thing she probably.
No, what I'm saying, what?
And senator.
Hold on, I'm gonna answer.
She's been a senator.
I'm sorry, guys. Naked Ace. She said she put people can be MAGA and Republican. It says people can be MAGA and Republican. Yes, that's true. But there's Republicans.
No, they cannot. You're the same person. No matter how you look at it, try to squash it, try to sugarcoat it, try to separate it. A Republican, a MAGA person is the same thing. Because just like this idiot down here in the chat said earlier, he voted for Donald Trump, but he don't agree with all his stuff. But you still voted for the person to get in office to even put us in this situation.
You still voted for him.
So you can't just
point.
sit here
That's my
and
whole
pick and
point.
choose
That's my case.
what you want to do. Because if you're going to follow that line, you're going to probably 9 times out of 10 vote Republican anyways. So you can't just sit here and say, you can't just sit here and say the same MAGA folks who vote for the same stuff that you vote for makes you not be MAGA. Let's be clear.
True. Okay.
But you just said that you just said that it wasn't. You just said there's a difference between. There is no difference. You're either on the right side of history or the wrong side of history at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah. And I think the people that I've ran into they voted for him, don't like his policies, and now they're just Republican. It's like it's their way
trying to play the game to confuse.
I think it's their way out
because they do vote for him, and they do vote.
Right.
They might be Republican, but if he comes out with a policy and you vote for it, ain't no need in you trying to play around. You're a fucking MAGA. Let's not kill. Let's not try to change.
I can see that.
The Republican is the MAGA party now. There's no Republican Party left. And for people who still side with Republican that is propping up Trump, you're part of it. You're just flat out part of it. Like you say, you're either on the right side of history or the wrong side of history at this point.
Got it.
Parties are gone in that respect, if that makes sense. We have a side that is destroying everything, and we have a side that is trying to save everything.
And so what are the people going to do? You going to sit back and let it all fall to shit? Or are we going to do something about it? Because when it falls, it's going to be too late.
My husband believes that basically a civil WAR 2.0 is going to break out over the elections because they're going to try to steal them and they're going to try to stop us. Because they know if they lose at the midterms, it's bad for Trump, and Trump will be desperate.
We need to do what everybody else does. If he allows the J6ers to go in here, if he allows the J6ers to go in here and file lawsuits and win for that, then what we need to do